High school basketball is on the air. Hi, this is Larry Proietti, inviting you to join Nick Proietti and me today as we're live from Story Gym as the South High Fighting Bison match up with the Cheyenne Central Indians in Southeast Conference action. High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE is being brought to you by our fine sports sponsors. Now let's send it out to Story Gym for basketball action times 2 as the Lady Fightin Bison and the Lady Indians of Cheyenne Central match up in Game 1, followed by boys action right here on 1480 KRAE. Before the opening tap, let's check in with our pregame show right here on 1480 KRAE Cheyenne. And welcome to Story Gym. Well, we weren't running behind, then a crazy thing happened in the junior varsity boys game. The boys of Cheyenne Central got to that 40-point clip and 40-point lead, I should say, Nick, and then all of a sudden, boy, we got a running clock, so we had to get on the air pretty quick here. Luckily, we got our pregame show all put together with Coach Epler and Coach Kirkbride joining us here in just a little bit. But it is Cheyenne Central, Cheyenne South. Indians coming off 2 big wins last night, both girls and boys. Maybe on the boys' side, a costly win with James Brown rolling his ankle in that one.
Yeah, so again, injury that they can't afford right now, especially as we're at the tail end of the regular season. Again, we'll see how the Central High team comes out and responds against, again, a South team that's had their struggles. Again, got another loss chalked up to Cheyenne East this past Wednesday, games that we had here live on 1480 KRAE. Women's action, though, again, give credit to the Lady Indians pulling off the upset, even though, again, it was here in town, but again, pulled off the upset against the Laramie Lady Plainsmen, so that was a huge victory for the Cheyenne Lady Indians, so they're looking to make another statement, kind of solidify. We do know Cheyenne East is the #1 seed out of the Southeast Quadrant. Central trying to be that #2 seed. Got to start with a win here this afternoon against Cheyenne South, the Lady Fighting Bison, which, again, got to imagine Lady Fighting Bison right now on an 18-game losing streak that Cheyenne Central, again, hopefully doesn't look past them and focus up that it still got to play, again, solid at least 4 8-minute quarters of basketball against the Lady Fighting Bison.
You know, as you mentioned, East, both boys and girls, they have pretty much clinched the #1 seed here in the south portion of the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, for the East, at least specify for the East Regional Tournament. So, again, they're not guaranteed to the state tournament. Again, it's just having that favorable seeding heading up.
But Cheyenne Central right now wants to peek in at that #2 spot, both girls and boys. And, again, got to play top-notch basketball against South. And still got to ramp it up a little bit for Cheyenne East coming up next week. Games that we'll have for you, too, also on 1480 KRAE.
Look at the JV game right now. Again, 71-31 advantage Cheyenne Central. Is that indication of what we could see
the future
for both games? And again, I mean, talking upcoming here this afternoon at Story Gym. Again, both games, girls and boys action. That Central, again, same to Cheyenne East. heavy favorites to win, at least here this afternoon.
Yeah, well, Central may have a different lineup out there, so we'll kind of keep an eye on how things are going to, where Central might rest a couple of those or nurse a couple of those injuries. This afternoon's Double Dip being brought to you by Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union, MHP LLP, United States Air Force Recruiting, Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Delrange, Lennox Auto Body in the Auto Glass and Detail Center, Cheyenne Regional Medical Center, 2 doors down, downtown Cheyenne, Halliday Motors, Platte Valley Bank, Medicap Pharmacy, Page and Zach Lane at number 1 Properties, Merritt Plumbing and Heating, Cheyenne Neurological, Cheyenne Package Chip, to Go Window Company, Key of Cheyenne, Wyoming Department of Transportation, First Tier Bank, Burns Insurance Company, Fat Boys Tire and Auto, Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service, and by Taco John's, our scoreboard sponsor. We had a chance to catch up with both Brody Epler and Glenn Kirkbride. Coach Epler with Cheyenne South and Coach Kirkbride with Cheyenne Central. We'll check in on those back-to-back conversations after we take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Each of us comes with a different story, a different way of looking at the world. So whatever it is that makes you different will make all the difference. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows. Your home deserves the very best, that's what we give to you. When it comes to vinyl windows, no need to be confused. We manufacture in Wyoming, build them all right here. 'Cause we know the climate, suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows.
Right now we're talking with Brody Epler of the South High Lady Fightin Bison. Brody, last time we talked to you, you had the Lady Thunderbirds, and again, you know, everything is advertised. All you can do with your Lady Fightin Bison is, look at the films, look at your opponent, things that we did well, things that we need to improve on. Let's talk about the positives more than the negatives.
Absolutely. Throughout this whole year, it's been about growth. We were able to start out and we were able to play some of those teams on the West, and we were able to be competitive. And that's where we had hoped to be from start to finish this season. Unfortunately, once we got back home and we got on the east side of the state, the competitiveness kind of dropped. And that wasn't a discredit to our girls. It's not like we regressed or anything like that. It's just that we were facing an entirely different standard of competition every single night. The girls are starting to realize that there's 7 teams on this side of the state that probably should be at the state tournament. Unfortunately, that's not how the logistics work. But there's 7 teams that we have to line up against, 3 of them twice, in the southeastern here, including Central, that we have to line up against, and they're the best of the best. They're in my opinion, 7 of the best 8 teams in the state when you throw in Cody. So we're playing these teams. So right now our focus is, we're playing the best. We can't emulate this type of competition and these reps in practice. So let's go out and get better. And I think that we've done that for the most part. We were able to play with East again in the first quarter, and then they went on their scoring spree like they did. Once Coach Wessling on Wednesday night kind of put his second group in, we were able to get into our offense a little bit more and get good reps in our offense. We were able to get Bailey Williams and Jordan Brennan into double figures. Amaya Smith was close. She had some bunnies that normally she would make. So we almost had 3 kids into double figures. And I understand that, that was against Wesling's second group. But gosh, Wesling's second group still includes Jade Brown and the Haas girl and those freshmen. And they beat many teams in the state. So it's still really, really good reps. The first time we played Central, these girls had their way with us, and it happened quickly. We weren't able to break their press. The goal, our team goal tonight is, one of the keys is handle their press, get in transition, score the ball. I think that with the lineup that we're going to start with, we're going to be able to be more successful against their diamond press to start. I've noticed on their film that they're doing a little more of what we call 42, which is that 2-2 press. They'll mix it up with some man, but being able to handle their different pressure, and when we do handle their pressure, go get a bucket. And if we can't get a bucket, get into an offense and then hopefully execute quickly. You know, where when I grew up, it was always run the offense. You'll get it on the third, fourth side. But for us, it's not that way. It's get a shot when you can get a shot. So be aggressive right from the start.
I like this little soliloquy that you ran off on me here. You took 3 of my questions away.
Sorry, my man. I do ramble.
Final thought. No, actually, let's talk about one of the teams that you will actually match up size-wise, and that's a nice thing because again, as you mentioned, Eric Westling's team. I mean, he had triple towers out there, double towers
Jade
out on you.
Lysiana.
Yeah. So, but again, you look at size-wise, Carson Temple.
Yeah.
You can put Izzy Kelly out there. 5'10". That kind of size-wise matches up with your team.
Yeah, you look at Temple's stats, I think she's still getting 7 or 8 rebounds. So while she might not have the size of Jade Brown, she still rebounds like crazy. So obviously we're going to have to do our job in terms of checking them off and being aggressive on the glass. But it is nice that we don't have to worry about, a 6'1", 6'2" girl just grabbing the ball higher than us. So.
All right, Coach, all the best to you this afternoon, and hopefully your Lady Fightin Bison again, be competitive. That's all you're looking for.
So,
Brody Epler joined us on our pregame show. We are going to switch the headsets over. We got Glenn Kirkbride sitting down at the table and joining us right now. So we will talk with Coach Kirkbride. First and foremost, senior night last night at the field house, and most importantly, a big win, a much-needed win by your Lady Indians. And again, I don't mean that in disrespect, Coach, because, again, I look back to the Lady Camels last week. You were very competitive with the North.
Yep.
But, again, this is what you needed because, again, when you play them over in Laramie, it was a heart-stopping loss.
Yep.
Here, you got them at home last night.
That's right. I tell you this, we've had 2 or 3 in a row here where, man, we're playing well and we're so close, but have little breakdowns, about 2-minute little breakdown in each one of those games, and it cost us. And that's hard on morale. That's hard on the kids, man. They're playing so hard and doing everything they can. So it means a lot to everybody to be able to get a win like that.
Let me play what if with you. You win today. You play East, and you happen to drop that series because Laramie's lost both games in that particular series. Does that put you in that number 2 hole as we get ready for playoffs, regional playoffs?
We've looked at it a little bit, but everything is just so topsy-turvy, we have no idea. Sheridan last night went and beat Campbell County.
Came back and beat them,
Yeah, who was undefeated up there, I believe, and we beat Natrona County, but Laramie beat Sheridan, and Sheridan has beaten it. I mean, who knows? There are a lot of twists and turns to get there, but we're either the 2 or the 3, and we'll just kind of have to see how it plays out.
You've had different lineups this year just because of injury or illness or whatever. Talk about the stability of the ball club right now as you head down the home stretch.
Yeah, honestly, we've got a lot of stability, and that feels really good. From a coach's perspective, you always get nervous when you don't have that, right? When you're starting different kids and doing all of that. But I think everybody's healthy right now. Everybody's feeling good, and I'm going to knock on some wood. But the truth is we feel really good going into it. A little momentum now, and we'll just see what happens as we go.
We had Cheyenne East and South here earlier in the week, and again, you can see the size advantage that Cheyenne East just dominates, in addition to the Bo Leodals and the Brady Schlaps.
Yep.
But you look at your team, you're an average height team.
Yeah.
Do you see, as you were playing, especially those northern teams, a little disadvantage for you as you get ready for a Cheyenne East coming up here next weekend?
Yeah, every team's got some strengths and some differences. Natrona County's sure got us size-wise, and we ended up able to get them and kind of use our speed. And so every game's just so different that we're going to approach it like we're approaching all these others and kind of see what happens.
Final thought, you take on the South High Lady Fightin Bison. Everybody knows they've been struggling. You just talked with Brody Epler.
Yep.
He knows he's got to break your guys' press, which is still one of the best presses here in the state.
Yeah.
But again, too, he's got kids like Williams and Amaya Smith and Jordan Brennan. They're all paying off in dividends for him. Kind of makes that future look a little bright for the Fightin Bison. So you really can't just kind of poo-poo this game.
No, not at all. Not at all. Brody does a fantastic job, and truly I have a lot of respect for that group. They play so hard all the time. They're scrappy. If you're not awake, you're going to take them for granted. That's a really bad deal. That they can do some things, and so we're not taking this one for granted at all. We're here to play. I hope we don't have a kind of a hangover from last night, because that's sure possible. But in my mind, we're not taking them lightly at all. It's a scrappy, fun group.
Glenn Kirkbride join us on our pregame show. 60-second timeout. We'll come back. Starting lineups. It will be the Lady Fightin Bison playing host to the Lady Indians right here at Story Gym. Back after the 60-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Fat Boys Tire and Auto.
When you need tires or auto repairs, find the Fat Boys. The Fat Boys family has been serving Wyoming and Nebraska for over 50 years, and we offer your family the best selection and service in the region with expert advice and quality work done right the first time. Get price quotes and schedule service at fatboystires.com.
Before you go flat, you better go fat. Fat Boys Tire and Auto.
For 17 years at Kia of Cheyenne, we have strived to offer the best value in a new vehicle. I'm AJ Miller, and the new 2023 Kia Seltos will take on the roads with rugged capabilities for all climates. The 2023 Kia Seltos has available all-wheel drive, 10-inch touchscreen, heated seats, and turbocharged power. With the new Kia, get one of the best warranties in the business. Come into Kia of Cheyenne, call 775-0123 or go to kiaofcheyenne.com, and we'll make it easy.
Indian starting lineup as they'll be in their travel red uniforms with the black numerals, white outline, central across the front. And this is the way the lineup in the backcourt will be Mia Garrick. She's a 5'3" senior. She'll be joined by 5'8" senior Madison Bailey. In the middle will be Carson Temple. She's a sophomore. She's 5'9". She is going to be a good one all through the rest of her career. On the wings will be Morgan Kirkbride. She's a 5'6" senior, and she'll be joined by 5'8" sophomore Izzy Kelly. So it'll be Garrick, Bailey, Temple, Kirkbride, and Izzy Kelly for Cheyenne Central's Glenn Kirkbride. So for the
Lady Indians coming into this contest, again, coming off of a huge victory the other day against Laramie Lady Plainsmen. Find themselves right now 11-7 overall. So again, they're coming off of a big upset victory over the Laramie Lady Plainsmen, who came into that contest number 5 in the Class 4A polls. So again, Cheyenne Central riding a little bit high into this contest.
And for the Lady Indians, they put up a lot of points too, 74 points in that win against the Lady Plainsmen. So again, for the Cheyenne Central Lady Indians, a little bit of momentum for them as they get ready for this contest against the Lady Fightin Bison, as we're fighting over the PA announcer right now. So as we get ready to do the starting lineups for the South High Lady Fightin Bison, we are going to take a 3-minute timeout. A 3-minute timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
All the Taco Tuesday excitement at Taco John's can really start to mix things up. Just look at these delicious simmering Tuesdays. And on this taco, Tuesdays are only $1.19. See you on taco at Tuesday John's. Oh, whoops, Taco John's.
Hey guys. He's not wearing anything.
What? Hi, I'd like to order a hot chocolate, please. What? Are you...
She shoots, she scores. It's nothing but net. For your family dinner tonight at Two Doors Down. Two Doors Down is perfect for the active family with an expanded menu featuring Cheyenne's favorite gourmet burgers, served with bottomless fries, to your favorite platters, pastas, pizzas, salads, a full kids menu, and much, much more. It's Two Doors Down. For a complete menu and specials, go to twodoorsdown.net. Two Doors Down, 118 East 17th Street. Flippin' great burgers since 2009.
Wyoming owned and operated since 1971, Burns Insurance is Wyoming's right choice for your insurance needs. Burns Insurance is a trusted choice, full-service, independent insurance agency offering a full range of commercial, agricultural, and personal insurance products through many national and regional carriers. Let our friendly, experienced agents help you find the right product at the right price for your asset protection. Buy the policy, get the agent at Burns Insurance, your right choice. Find Burns Insurance on Facebook or at burnsia.com.
30 years of service and care for Cheyenne and the surrounding area continues at Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service. Hi, this is Larry Proietti for cars in downtown Cheyenne. This is the only place I take my vehicle for service, be it just an oil change, timing belt, checking out my heating and air conditioning unit, and even to replace a burnt-out brake light bulb or worn-out windshield wipers. John and the staff are there to take care of most minor repairs. John is even a TechNet professional. What does that mean to you? He's one of the best when it comes to servicing your car or truck. Check out TechNetProfessional.com today. Open Monday through Friday at 604 West Lincoln Way or call Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service for an appointment at 632-0498. Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Del Range across from Powers Field is a proud sponsor of our high school and LCCC student athletes. Chick-fil-A always offers 2 convenient drive-through lanes to pick up your order if you are on the go. Plus, they have an excellent dining room for the whole family. And remember to order ahead. Use the Chick-fil-A app on your phone. Stop into Chick-fil-A today, open Monday through Saturday, where you can enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Your home for the real chicken sandwich taste. Chick-fil-A, Windmill and Del Range.
The black numerals, gold outline, south across the front. This is the way they're going to come out. Same way against Cheyenne East. Lawson Quist will be in the backcourt. She's a 5'3" sophomore. She'll be joined by Mona Montgomery, 5'5" senior. In the middle will be Jordan Brennan. She's a junior. She's 5'9". At one wing will be Bailey Williams. She's a 5'6" senior. And at the other wing will be Amaya Smith. She's 5'8" and a junior. So it'll be Brennan along with Montgomery, Quist, Smith, and Williams for head coach Brody Epler. We're ready to jump center circle. Amaya Smith along with Carson Temple. They have moved to the center.
Lady Fightin Bison coming into this contest again 1-18 overall on an 18-game losing streak. Again, winless here in the Southeast Quadrant. And again, they're looking to pull off the upset here as they are the home team here in neutral site Story Gymnasium against Cheyenne Central against the Lady Indians. As right now we have a slight delay. I'm not sure what exactly about. Officials coming over to Coach Kirkbride. And I think also too we'll go over to talk with Coach Epler about situations. Not sure exactly what.
We're only about 15 minutes behind as we get ready to tip off here. The junior varsity game really got that thing almost caught up.
As of now, we will get underway.
Ball's up in the air, tap is down, and Garrick loses it into the hands of Williams, across the way to Brennan on top. They'll go to Quist. South going right to left across your radio as well as your video live stream. Williams takes it inside, pull up Jay. That one slides off the rim to the left, and it's picked up by Madison Bailey. Bailey brings it down in a hurry to Garrick, top of the key. Far side to Kirkbride. Her little baseline jumper won't go. Cleared away by Brennan. Bad pass. Might have been tipped. Ends up in the hands of Bailey. Bailey on a bounce down low on the baseline. Missed shot by Kelly. And then it's tipped around. Somehow, some way, Garrett comes away with it near center court. Lady Indians right now taking a look at the South High zone. Inside they go to Temple. Temple being harassed by Brennan. Kicks it back out to Garrick. In the corner they go to Bailey. Inside they go to Kirkbride. Bad pass. Tipped away and taken away by Brennan. Quickly into the hands of Williams. Williams driving the length of the court. Puts it off the window and good. Bailey Williams with a big bucket. Quickly down court. Here come the Lady Indians, and easy money for Ava Kelly. Izzy Kelly, that is. Izzy Kelly with the bucket on the assist. And it's 2-2. Bailey Williams pulls up with a little 13-footer. Can't get it to go off the back of the iron. Pulled down by Temple. Temple rushes it inside. Goes coast to coast with it. Banks it off the glass and good. Like I said, Nick, this young lady is going to be something else, especially with 2 more seasons to go.
First foul whistle against Cheyenne South.
Maya Smith.
Count the basket, it is good. 2-point advantage right now for Cheyenne Central.
Again, Temple 5'9", and she'll complete the old-fashioned 3. You put her out on the wing, get away from being a center. Bad pass taken away by Kirkbride. Down low they go to Temple. Temple push from behind. Count the bucket, and she is fouled.
Back-to-back similar plays there. Second team foul called against Cheyenne South.
This will be on Lawson Quist.
She'll pick up her first foul.
So Temple with the last 5 points for the Lady Indians in a 7-2 lead. Montgomery will come on out, and it looks like Van Tassel will check in. Can't complete the old-fashioned three, but Madison Bailey sneaks in for the rebound. Quickly to Kelly. Izzy between the loops. Terminates the dribble, looking for somebody on the far side. Gets it into Kirkbride's hand. Has her shot rejected by Smith. And Quist picks it up, pushes it down quickly to Smith's hands. Maya gets inside. Our vision is blocked. Shot might have been blocked. Picked up by Kirkbride into the hands of Temple. Temple far side. Inside they go to Gehrig. Gehrig kicks it down low. Bailey. Madison Bailey with the easy kiss off the window, and it's a 9-2 lead.
Yeah, a little offense run here by Cheyenne Central.
Van Tassel quickly to Brennan. Brennan to Bailey Williams, leans into Kelly, and Izzy Kelly will pick up the foul.
First whistle going against the Lady Indians.
Want to mention that Kaylin Van Tassel is a junior. She's 5'5". Bailey Williams will go to the line. She'll toe the mark for 2. She has the only 2 points for Cheyenne South and sits on that number 2 as she misses number 1, misses the first free throw. Second shot on the way is good, and she has all 3 of the Lady Fightin' Bison points.
That'll end the offensive run there.
Kelly in the backcourt, gets it over the timeline, finds Temple. Now in the far corner they go to Kirkbride. Kirkbride on top, they go to Gehrig. Down low to Kelly. No, we're going to get a reach in. And that will be on Brennan.
Third whistle going against the Lady Fightin' Bison as fouls starting them out up very quickly early on here for Cheyenne South.
5:21 on the Taco John scoreboard. Central leads 9-3. Temple left of the hoop. Gets it inside to Kelly. And she will put it up and in with a little short jumper from the baseline.
So
and Brennan.
The basket is good. 14th foul called against Cheyenne South.
Brennan will pick up her second foul in a period of 2 seconds.
As things start to get a little out of hand here early on for Cheyenne South.
Carlina Ward will check in for Brennan. She's 5'7". Also, we'll see for Cheyenne Central, Ella Gillum. We haven't seen her in a while. She is a 5'10" junior. At the line will be Izzy Kelly looking for the old-fashioned 3. Can't get it to go.
That's kind of the question right now for Coach Kirkbride. Again, what we saw in Wednesday's action with Cheyenne East of, again, if the league kind of continues as it is right now in favor for Lady Indians, of what point in time do you start looking to your bench play?
Kelly and Van Tassel bump into each other, and Van Tassel loses the basketball. Backcourt pressure applied by South Central, easily busts the pressure. Gillum pull up from 15. That won't go. Rebound pulled down by Ward. Loses her balance, gets it off to Smith in the backcourt. 5-minute mark, Taco John scoreboard. Bad pass by Smith, taken away by Gillum to Kelly. Gehrig, inside they go to Temple. Temple will put it up and in easily.
We saw in Wednesday's action with Coach Wesley, and again pulling out his starters around that third quarter.
Quist to Smith. It's 13-3 here early, and we're going to get a reach in on Temple.
Second whistle going against the Lady Indians. Again, next regular season contest for Cheyenne Central. It's an important one here at Story Gymnasium next week against Cheyenne East. Again, might have ramifications of being that second seed here out of the southeast quadrant.
Inbounds will come to Smith, and off the back of the iron, no good. A little short jumper, and then we're going to get a foul on the backcourt. That will be on Van Tassel, her first.
Team's fifth now called against Cheyenne South.
I'm going to mention that Taylon Wade checked in for Cheyenne Central. She's a 5'8" sophomore.
Reminding folks that, again, we have 4 8-minute quarters here in the high school ranks. No shot clock here in the state of Wyoming.
Central gets it over the timeline. Gehrig on the near side. On top they go to Temple. Temple on a bounce along the baseline to Wade. Wade a little long and strong. Temple comes down the offensive board. Guess what? She'll go to the line, and she'll be shooting a couple times.
6 whistle here in the first quarter called against Cheyenne South. 4:17 to go before the second quarter.
Foul will be on Ward, her first. Temple already in the first quarter with 7 points. And still at 7 as she misses off to the left on her first free throw attempt. 13-3 in favor of Central. First of a double dip.
Do you want to mention different officiating crew than what we saw here at Story compared to Wednesday night?
Second shot is on the mark. 8 for Carson Temple. Lady Indians right now up by 11 here in the first period. Van Tassel far side with the left-hand dribble. Trying to get inside, has her pocket picked by Kelly as it ends up in the hands of Wade. Here come the Lady Indians on the run as Wade fires a howitzer, and unfortunately Gillum can't come away with it. So Kelly will come on out, Kirkbride back in, and Temple will come on out at the 4-minute mark of quarter number 1. Already 14-3 in favor of Central. Smith in the backcourt breaks the press to Montgomery, and then we're going to get a double dribble. Nice job defensively. Might have been Madison Bailey might have stuck a paw in there, forcing that double dribble.
We saw that call go against Cheyenne South a few times in Wednesday night's action against Cheyenne East.
Gehrig in the backcourt, double teamed. Again, you got 10 to get it over the timeline. They do so. Kirkbride down low, wide open is Wade. Wade misses the bunny. Gillum comes back with a follow-up, and she will also be fouled.
And that will be the 7th whistle now going against the Lady Fighting Bison. Bonus time here early on for the remainder of this first half for Cheyenne Central.
And that will send Taylon Wade to the line. Mona Montgomery, the culprit of the foul. Wade with 1 and penalty. Central not one of your best free throw shooting teams. That was in the act of shooting, oh, by the way.
We're going to have a timeout called by Coach Epler.
3:39 to go here in quarter number 1. It's Central leading 14-3. We're back after a 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Wisdom, expertise, compassion, qualities that are the foundation of Cheyenne Urological, with their experienced doctors and their highly trained staff providing top-quality treatment for prostate cancer, urinary tract infections, kidney stones, impotence, and incontinence. You can trust Cheyenne Urological to give you the highest quality urinary care. Now offering the latest in robotic surgery, call Cheyenne Urological at 635-4131. That's 635-4131.
Along with Nick Proietti. Nick, as I was mentioning about the Lady Indians, they struggle from the free throw line. They're only a 54% shooting team. So again,
something that keep an eye out as we get towards playoff time. Again, that East Regional, again, free throws that are again so key, so again crucial, especially in those close contests. As every team, again, 8 teams trying to vie for 4 spots in the state tournament. Again, representing the Eastern Conference, something to keep an eye out. But again, in a contest like this, again, similar to Cheyenne East, same with Cheyenne Central, can kind of get away with missing a few free throws, especially with, again, the 11-point lead early on here. Again, make note that, again, Central has it right now in the bonus for the remainder of this first half.
And 2 of 6 thus far for the Lady Indians at the free throw line. So Wade will have a second opportunity. Again, she's only a sophomore. Second shot on the way. That is good. So Central 3 of 7 here in quarter number 1, but a 12-point lead. Montgomery in the backcourt will find Quist. Quist pushes it over the timeline on a bounce on the far side. Williams for the 3. Bang! And Bailey Williams tray. She has all 6 of the Lady Fighting Bison points. Again, the Lady Indians quickly down court, busting the press, and Gillum finishes it off on the assist from Bailey.
But how about that for the Lady Fighting Bison to end the scoring drought in a big way with a 3 there.
17-6 our score. Williams drives along the baseline, and on the block will be Ella Gillum.
Third whistle going against the Lady Indians. Gillum will pick up the foul. That'll be her first.
Izzy Kelly will come in, and she will check in for Gehrig. Gehrig, who's at 5'3", and Kelly at about 5'10", comes in. So I would assume Madison Bailey will come to the point. Williams dumps it down low to Ward. Ward with a little hook, couldn't get it to go. Montgomery comes back with a rebound, and Mona kisses it off the window and good. 17-8 the score. 2:50 to go here in the quarter. Driving along the baseline is Madison Bailey, and I think Amaya Smith may have picked up her second personal.
The 8th whistle now going against Cheyenne South. And Smith will pick up the foul, her second.
Well, one thing that you're seeing with Central, and again, I know South has had their difficulties, but I'll tell you what, they're going at them aggressively today. First shot no good by Madison Bailey.
Again, for Coach Kirkbride, free throws definitely a concern as we get to the tail end of the regular season and head into postseason play, especially where, again, free throws are going to be so crucial in some of these close contests with other Southeast Quadrant teams or Northeast Quadrant teams.
Van Tassel coming for Smith, and they get considerably smaller, with Smith dropping down on the bench. Second shot is good by Bailey, and an 18-8 lead here in the first quarter for Cheyenne Central. 2:45 left to go. Taco John's scoreboard. Quist hands it over to Williams. Bailey looking for somebody on top. Montgomery will get the basketball, forces one inside, taken away by Kirkbride, who will slow it down and walk with it. Couldn't get the ball off her palm. She wanted to get it into the hands of Kelly. He got stuck, and she walks with it. So return the turnover back to the Lady Fightin Bison. Bailey Williams in front of us will get it into Van Tassel. Van Tassel sends it over to Williams on the near side on the angle. Now on top, they go to Ward for three. Knuckleball couldn't get it to go. And Madison Bailey comes down with a rebound on a bounce quickly to Kelly. Kelly wants to get inside, goes all the way to the left hand off the glass and good. Izzy Kelly with a big hoop.
Cheyenne Central just finding the open lanes on the inside right now.
12-point advantage. It's 20-8, 2 minutes to go here in the quarter. Quist into the near court. Van Tassel on the angle. Far side over to Ward. Ward on the bounce, tried to force it in, taken away by Kirkbride. Lead pass to Gillum. Gillum drops it back to Bailey. Bailey over to Ward. She drives off the window, can't get it to go. And then Gillum comes down the rebound. She will be fouled, and the fouls are mounting up on South.
9th whistle now against Lady Fightin Bison.
That'll be on Ward, her second. Gillum will go back to the line. She's 1 of 2 from the stripe in a 20-8 score with a buck. 36 left to go, quarter number 1. First shot on the way is no good, hit off the front of the iron. Luckily, Temple will come in. She will check in for Gillum.
Again, definitely a concern right now for Coach Kirkbride. Again, the free throw shooting situation here for the Lady Indians, which again has plagued them since all the way back in December.
Second shot on the way. That one is good. And Temple checks in for Gillum. Gillum will sit down 2 of 4 from the free throw line. A 21-8 lead here with a buck 36 to go.
A lead that probably should be a little bit larger in favor of Cheyenne Central if they were able to make a few, at least around half of those free throw attempts. But either way, though, again, Lady Indians still up big.
Van Tassel right here in front of us, and she's bumped into by Madison Bailey.
That'll be the 4th whistle going against Cheyenne Central here.
So Bailey Williams will trigger it in right in front of us. And then finally gets it to Montgomery. Montgomery near center court with the left hand. Being harassed by Bailey, jump ball, and it will be out to the Lady Fightin Bison. Again, Bailey Williams will be right here in front of me now. And she will trigger it in the near court. Looking for some help. And sends it in the backcourt to Van Tassel. Van Tassel with Temple on her. Central playing man-on-man defense, and it's been stingy, hasn't it? Bad pass taken away by Kirkbride. Kirkbride lays it off the glass, and good. Turnover that turns into points.
And man-on-man defense, which again brought them the win last night at the Fieldhouse against the Laramie Lady Plainsmen.
Van Tassel wanted to get inside and then bowls over Bailey. They're going to call her for the block. So Madison Bailey picks up the personal foul. That will be her second. That's kind of a hard luck foul.
Yeah, team's 5th called against the Lady Indians. Stops the clock, 59.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Coach Kirkbride wanting an explanation on that, as do we. I thought she was set. Inbounds will come to Smith, who's checked back in. Try to force one inside, taken away by Izzy Kelly. Kelly on the bounce to Gehrig, who's checked back in. Gehrig can't get the shot off. Dumps it down low to Temple. And shot might have been partially blocked and was last touched by Wade as it goes out. Smith in the backcourt, 46.7 seconds to go. It's 23-8 in favor of the Lady Indians, who put up 74 last night in the win against the Lady Plainsmen. Down low, bad pass, and another turnover for the South High Lady Fightin Bison.
See if Central takes the final shot here at the end of the first quarter.
Temple loses the ball off the shoe of Smith. They're going to say she kicked it, so it'll be out to Cheyenne Central. So Temple, as you can hear Glenn Kirkbride in the background, setting up for one with 30 seconds left now on the Taco John scoreboard. Again, as you can see, the diamond in one zone. Kirkbride, Temple, a little short. Jay can't get it to go, but left some time for the Lady Fightin Bison. Quist quickly to Van Tassel on the far side with about 12 seconds left. To Quist. In the corner they go to Bailey Williams. Back out on top to Van Tassel. Van Tassel to Quist. Quist will launch one, has it partially blocked after one period of play. Central 23, South 8. Back after the 60-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Larry Proietti for Cheyenne Pack and Ship. Remember, Jeff and his expert crew will make sure your package is prepared with the most professional care and will arrive to its destination on time. Cheyenne Pack and Ship offers many other specialty services as well, including private mailboxes, notary services, fax, email, copy services, and courier services. Big or small, they pack and ship it all. Cheyenne Pack and Ship at 3901 East Pershing Boulevard. Call for more information at 307-632-9600.
At the Cheyenne Regional Heart and Vascular Institute, you're welcomed with the warmth of a community hospital and cared for with help from the most advanced technology in the industry. With our full spectrum of in-house heart services and procedures, you can get the treatment you need, recover, and get right back out there, all while remaining close to home. Find out more at CheyenneRegional.org/heart.
On top of this action here at Story Gymnasium between South and Central, 2A action, county teams looking at Burns taking on Bighorn, neutral site this afternoon. Also two Lingle Fort Laramie at Pine Bluffs in those matchups as those teams prepare for their East Regional Tournament coming up next weekend.
Central basketball open up quarter number 2. 6 of the 7 Lady Indians that played in the first quarter, I should say, scored. Kelly on a bounce to Wade, who will get the call here to start in quarter number 2. Back to Kelly. Gehrig. Kelly as they stay outside on the far side now with Gehrig trying to get inside. She was the only Lady Indian who did not score. On top, Kelly over to Gehrig. Mia on the angle, crosses it down low. They get it to Temple. Can't get it to bank home as it bounced off the back of the iron. She ties up with Montgomery for the rebound, and it will be a jump ball in favor of the Lady Fightin Bison.
Mentioned 2A action right now for Laramie County. Also, too, speaking of Laramie County, LCCC, men's and women's basketball on the road this afternoon up in Casper, taking on the T-Birds, the Lady T-Birds up there at the Swede.
Backcourt pressure as the Lady Fightin Bison break the pressure. Maya Smith drives inside, a little strong on the little 6-footer, couldn't get it to go. Quickly, Kelly comes down court on the assist from Gehrig and will get the easy hoop, and she's got 8. Bailey along with Gilton will come in on the next horn as we're just underway in quarter number 2, and the lead is 17 right now. Brennan on top, and now we'll kick it over in the corner to Montgomery, trying to get a pass inside. That's tipped, ends up in the hands of Temple. Temple pushes it down to Kelly. Kelly gets by Smith, puts it up and in. And another easy bucket for Izzy Kelly.
Timeout called by Coach Kirkbride.
6:35 to go here in quarter number 2. Central 27, South 8 back after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
At the Cheyenne Regional
In the
Heart
1960s, Bruce Lee said, "Be water, my friend." The meaning of that advice has been debated ever since. Here at First Tier Bank, we believe he meant that preserving your liquid assets in a high-yield money market account can get you a decent yield on your funds while maintaining your liquidity in choppy financial markets. We've got some of the best money market rates around, and we'd like to invite you to be water and make your liquid assets work for you. Stop by or call First Tier Bank today with 2 locations to serve you at 1508 Stillwater Avenue and 1800 KRAE Avenue in downtown Cheyenne. Or check us out at firsttierbanks.com. First Tier Banks, member FDIC.
Just running roughshod all over the South High Lady Fightin Bison, 27-8. Quist in the backcourt, gets it over the timeline, finds Brennan near side. She'll stop, she'll pop, can't get it to go. Rebound hauled in, one and done by Kelly. Kelly pushes it up quickly. Madison Bailey back into the lineup for Cheyenne Central along with Ella Gillum. Now Garrick will back it up between the loops. Again, looking at that diamond and one defense as they've stayed in that zone. Temple inside to Bailey. Bailey shot rejected by Smith, but kicked far enough back that Kelly comes away with it. Garrick inside, pulls up, can't get one to fall. Gillum there, and boy, Cheyenne Central right now with that 5'8", 5'9", 5'10" advantage, just controlling everything.
Again, taking control on the inside against Cheyenne South right now.
Quist runs inside with a running right hand. That one will fall in.
Thought about it, swirled around, and thankfully fell down for Cheyenne South.
Big bucket for Lawson Quist. Bailey drives inside, misses the shot. Brennan might have altered it. Brennan comes down with the rebound and knocked away by Madison Bailey. So in the backcourt, it will be out to the Lady Fightin Bison, down by 19, 29-10. Gillum almost tied up with Bailey Williams. Williams pull up baseline jumper, can't get it to go. Battle for the board, loose on the floor, picked up by Temple. She'll give it off to Kelly. Kelly quickly to Madison Bailey. Bailey this time, that one burped out on her. Boy, she had too much English on that. Hit 360 and went out.
I mentioned action for LCCC on the collegiate side. Also, too, again, UW, Wyoming Cowgirls on the road taking on San Diego State this afternoon. I do believe tip-off out there in San Diego, 2 o'clock.
Quist in the backcourt. Almost double dribble. I think she got away with it. They're going to say that Temple blocked it.
Cowboys were in action last night against Air Force in the AA.
Brennan on top for a long-range three. Bang! And a Jordan Brennan sighting for a trifecta. Makes it 29-13. Kelly. And loses the basketball, taken away by Brennan quickly on the lead to Williams. Let her too much as she will have to flick it back right into the hands of Kelly. Kelly to Bailey. Bailey down low to Gillum. Gillum misses the bunny. Underneath, though, to put it back up and in is Kelly. So Izzy Kelly, who has a dozen here in the first half. It's 31-13. Quist in the corner. Bailey Williams for the tray. Air ball, and over the back will be Jordan Brennan, who now has picked up her third.
As that will be the 10th foul going against Lady Fightin Bison. Double bonus situation now for the Lady Indians. Shooting time for Cheyenne Central.
As they will trot down to the free throw line, that would be Carson Temple. Temple with a big first quarter where she put up 9 points. Has yet to score here in quarter number 2. Central off to an 8-5 lead here in quarter number 3. First shot is no good.
As the free throw woes continue on for the Lady Indians. Again, it is a concern for this team as we get close to, again, postseason play.
Temple 2 of 6 from the stripe. Second shot forthcoming. Eyes it, fires it, and gets it to go. Just a little bit under the Mendoza line. Temple will come on out, and Wade checks back in. It's 32-13 in favor of Cheyenne Central. Bailey Williams will trigger. Central, again, just never lets up on that backcourt pressure. Van Tassel, bad pass taken away by Madison Bailey. That should be easy money, yes. As Madison Bailey kisses it off the window, and it's a 34-13 lead, 4-minute mark to go here in the first half. Van Tassel wants to get inside, and then we're going to have A foul on Ella Gillum as Van Tassel went to the bucket with it, and Gillum did not leave her feet, give her that much.
She'll pick up her second foul, however. 16th foul called against the Lady Indians.
Kaylin Van Tassel shooting a couple times. First shot is no good. You know, and the Lady Indians have been kind of like the guys, a little bit of tough luck. They're not a bad team, but again, against the North, they had their problems. Played tough last week against the Lady Camels. That is the team you definitely want to play good against.
Played tough last night against the Laramie Lady Plainsmen, who we kind of put in that second spot behind Cheyenne East here in the Southeast Quadrant.
Second shot is good. Lady Plainsmen losing 2 this week. And again, losing to the Lady Thunderbirds. Gillum underneath. She will be fouled.
11th whistle now going against Cheyenne South.
This one will be on Bailey Williams. And Ella Gillum will go to the line. She'll shoot a pair.
Ms. Williams will pick up her first foul.
Gillum's shot is no good.
Again, for Cheyenne Central, especially with the victories at least coming up here this week. Again, recovery from last night. And we'll see if they pull out the victory here against Cheyenne South. But again, sets up a big matchup next week here at Story Gymnasium, East versus Central. Again, we do know with the Lady Thunderbirds that they are the number 1 seed coming out of the Southeast Quadrant.
Both shots give Gillum her due. She did hit her second free throw. Then a bad pass down court by the Lady Fightin Bison. Central will have the ball out on the side, far side. And it will be Wade bringing it in to Gehrig.
As this will be our final time seeing Cheyenne South in the regular season, but I think benefit for the Lady Fightin Bison is, again, every team heading in that East Regional up in Natrona, again, are 0-0 overall.
Kirkbride misses one from inside, gets her own rebound. Central basketball, Wade wide open underneath. She spots Gillum, who kisses it off the glass, and good. So Gillum right now, as I look at my notes, she's got about 9 points as well off the bench. Brennan to Van Tassel, steps back for a long jumper. That won't go. Cleared away by Wade. Wade quickly to Gehrig. Gehrig into the corner. Long range 3 by Bailey. That is no good. Rebound. Good position by Taylon Wade. And I think it might be on Smith.
Be the 12th whistle here in the half called against Cheyenne South. Elizabeth Smith will pick up the foul, her third.
So Taylon Wade at the line to shoot 2. Double bonus rest of the way. First shot is good. We'll see Kelly come in for Cheyenne Central.
Question right now for Coach Kirkbride. Again, we don't anticipate a mass substitution here in the first half. You wonder coming out of halftime, again, will Coach Kirkbride go with a fresh face out there to start the third?
Second shot on the way is also good by Wade.
Especially with now the 25-point advantage here for Cheyenne Central.
Simmental has checked in for the Lady Fightin Bison. Brennan launches a long-range 3. Bang! For Jordan Brennan. She's got a pair of trays here in the quarter, and then we're going to get a travel call on Madison Bailey. We'll see Temple back in. 37-19 her score. Want to mention, as earlier, Maddie Morales Simmental. She's a 5'5" sophomore, seeing her first action. Smith has the ball knocked away and stripped away, taken away by Wade. Quickly to Kelly. Kelly with the left hand has it blocked by Smith into the hands of Brennan. Brennan quickly to Quist, 2-on-2. She'll pull up from 14, bank it home, and good.
Beautiful little jump shot there.
Quickly.
We have a whistle.
Let's see what the whistle is. What is the whistle?
I think timeout called by Coach Epler, so that's the situation.
2:05 to go here in the first half. It's 39-19 in favor of Cheyenne Central. Back after this 30-second timeout, you're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Visit Halliday Subaru in Cheyenne. At Halliday Subaru, you'll find one of the largest Subaru selections in Wyoming, always at low Halliday common sense prices, including the most popular Subaru models like Outback, Forester, and the Ascent. View lease and finance specials online at HallidaySubaru.com. Then visit Halliday Subaru, Westland Road, Motor City, Cheyenne. Experience the Halliday difference, the beginning of hassle-free driving.
Come see how the Halliday difference can make a big difference for you. The Halliday difference.
Nick Proietti courtside at Story Gymnasium. I do believe Chad and Brian will be joining us at halftime. We will get a chance to talk to the South High Fightin Bison coach as they ramp up for the Cheyenne Central Indians in the second half of the doubleheader. Temple will inbound it to Kelly along with Wade, Kirkbride, and I'm looking to see who else is on the floor right now. Looks like Gillum for Cheyenne Central. Down low, bad pass. One of the rare passes by Wade. And Kirkbride steals in the backcourt. They got a 2-on-1. Bounce down low to Temple. Temple misses the first shot, gets her own rebound, puts it back up and in. She had the mismatch on Simmental.
41-19 advantage Cheyenne Central.
Again, 40 points, and it will be a running clock situation. Here's Brennan. She's going to do what she can. No, couldn't get it to go. That one rimmed out to the left into the hands of Kirkbride. Here comes Cheyenne Central on the run. Kelly quickly to Temple. Temple on the baseline, can't get it to fall. Tapped around, ends up in the hands of Bailey Williams. Williams pushing it down quickly and then runs into Kirkbride. Kirkbride kind of threw a little shoulder into her, knowing that she was going to get hit.
So that will be a shooting situation for Cheyenne South, with that being the seventh whistle going against Lady Indians. Bonus time now for the Lady Fightin Bison.
Bailey Williams is 1 for 2 from the free throw line. She's got a half dozen all in the first quarter. First shot on the way is good.
Give credit to Lady Fightin Bison hitting their shots here from the charity stripe when they are heading to the line.
41-20 our score. Big scoring output thus far by the Lady Indians. Second shot is no good, and coming away with the rebound new, it'll be Gillum, who gets tied up with Brennan, but it's out to Cheyenne Central for the final 66 seconds of the first half.
We'll have another sub come on in for Cheyenne South.
Van Tassel in for Brennan, try to protect her. She's got 3 fouls. Smith also has 3 fouls. In the backcourt, Temple finds Kirkbride. Kirkbride to Wade. Wade has Williams to beat. Kisses it off the glass and good. And a Taylor Wade bucket makes it 43-20. Van Tassel being guarded by Wade again. Central's been man-on-man throughout the course of the game, Nick. They have not strayed from their defensive presence. Wade, check that, Van Tassel to Simmental. Her jump shot is no good. Tracked down by Temple with 30 seconds to go here in the quarter. Inside they go to Kirkbride. Get it to Gillum. Coming down with a rebound is Kirkbride, as Gillum's jumper from the baseline misses, and the foul will be on Montgomery.
13th whistle going against Cheyenne South here in the half. Montgomery will pick up her second.
Kirkbride with just 2 points for Cheyenne Central. First shot on the way is no good. The only one that has not scored of the starters has been Mia Garrick. Second shot forthcoming by the senior. That one is good. Kirkbride with 3 and a 44-20 lead. Quist takes a look at the clock with 13 ticks. Simmental now to Van Tassel. Van Tassel wanting to get inside. Loses the handle, gives it off to Simmental. Simmental to Bailey Williams. She squares for a long-range 3. Can't get it to go off the back of the iron. After 1 half of play, Central 44, South 20. We're back after a 2-minute timeout. A 2-minute timeout you're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
For nearly 30 years, family-owned and operated Lennox Auto Body, along with the Auto Glass and Detail Center, has been serving our community with quality and customer satisfaction. It's a pretty simple drill. When you want it done right the first time, call Lennox Auto Body for an appointment at 307-634-6608. Lennox Auto Body at 1020 Dunn Avenue. And the Auto Glass and Detail Center. Remember, it's not clean until it's Lennox clean at 617 East Pershing Boulevard.
Lennox Auto Body.
No shortcuts, no compromise.
Are you looking for a pharmacist who will actually take the time to talk to you? Then come to Medicap Pharmacy. We're dedicated to healthcare only, which means we'll fill your prescription quickly, and then we'll make time to listen, answer your questions, explain your prescriptions, and tell you about possible drug interactions.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712. Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union is now offering a simple way to help make your money work for you. Meridian Trust will now pay 4% interest on their Max Rewards free checking accounts with balances up to $25,000 per month. Get all the details at mymeridiantrust.com or stop by your local Meridian Trust branch with 3 locations in Cheyenne. 4349 East Lincoln Way, 1602 East Prairie Avenue, and downtown at 2223 Warren Avenue. Right now is the perfect time to become a Meridian Trust member. Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union, where your deposits are safely insured by the NCUA. Be sure to stop in today.
Time, Nick, it's 44-20 in favor of Cheyenne Central Lady Indians. And again, the win last night against Laramie, most likely a win against Cheyenne South, and it's going to put them in pretty decent position here. Again, as you take a look at the upcoming playoffs, and if I recall things, 1 versus 4 out of 1 South, 4 Northeast, and here Cheyenne Central trying to put themselves in that number 2 spot, where they would probably end up with maybe a Sheridan, a team that even though they lost to up there, they didn't lose by much, or they might get a Lady Phillies team who they beat. So for Cheyenne Central, positioning right now, so important. I think you want to be in that number 2 hole as you get ready for the upcoming regionals.
But again, we've seen in the regional tournament, again, whether it's West or East, again, nothing is guaranteed, even if you have the higher seed, lower seed. Again, we've seen wackier things happen. We've seen upsets aplenty in that regional tournament. So, again, we're taking 8 teams for 4 of them to make the state tournament. So, again, for instance, again, as we talk on the ladies' side with Cheyenne South and Lady Fightin Bison, again, you kind of wash away what was the regular season overall record. Every team's entering that contest 0-0, and we have seen those shocking upsets before. And again, for Coach, at least Brody Epler, again, looking for a little magic, hopefully, in that situation. For Coach Kirkbride, yes, you're looking for that higher seeding, but either way, again, as you in that first round take on a northern team, as you alluded to, again, for Cheyenne Central Lady Indians, they have ran into a gauntlet of, again, some talented teams in that Northeast quadrant. Same with Cheyenne South, same with Cheyenne East, same with Laramie. That Northeast quadrant on the girls' side is pretty darn talented.
Yeah, and again, when you had Thunder Basin along with Cheyenne, along with Campbell County down here in Cheyenne, the Lady Indians felt more comfortable at home. They struggled up north, but the point is, though, it's at Casper and Natrona. So again, Lady Indians picked up that win at Natrona. So there's some confidence heading up to the Casper and Natrona. All right, let's take a look at some of the numbers here. I do believe we're going to get stiff. And for the Lady Fightin Bison, 8 points in quarter number 1, 12 in quarter number 2. At the intermission, the leading scorer is Bailey Williams, as she has 7 points. For the Fightin Bison, a half dozen for Jordan Brennan. Falls off considerably after that. Mona Montgomery with 2 points, a point for Van Tassel, and 4 points for Lawson Quist. Again, 8 and 12 in their scoring in the first half. For Cheyenne Central, they scored 23 in quarter number 1, 21 in quarter number 2. And looking at the numbers, and every Lady Indian that's played has scored except for Mia Garrick. Garrick's been scoring, I guess, with the assist. The leading scorer right now is Izzy Kelly. She's got 14 points, 9 points for Carson Temple, 5 points for Madison Bailey, 3 for Morgan Kirkbride, 5 points for Taylon Wade, and for Ella Gillum off the bench, I have her down for 8 points. So that is your scoring for the Lady Indians. And again, I'm seeing now that all the pieces are back for Coach Kirkbride. And again, just those 7 that are playing right now, they're all impact players.
Yeah, without a doubt. Again, is this a true litmus test here this afternoon for Cheyenne Central to see what their true might is? Again, not necessarily. Again, it was last Friday night at the field house, taking on that Laramie Lady Plainsman team, where now I kind of, again, as I go back and forth with the Central High Lady Indian squad, again, that was a solid win, and now kind of jumps them back into that conversation of should they be state tournament bound? I think they can be now. I think they can find, and again, as we're getting those healthy pieces back for the Lady Indians, that again, they're starting to gel together. They're starting to get those pieces turning. The issue right now for Coach Kirkbride and his Lady Indians is free throws. Free throws are kind of killer right now. It's something that, again, when you take on Chinese next week, when you take on some of these Northeast Quadrant teams, and again, as you're trying to get back into that state tournament, free throws are going to be crucial. You're going to, again, when it comes to these close contests, it's going to come down to free throw shooting. And right now, Central, who, again, has had that struggle since December, is, again, still kind of finding it, at least those issues here in February.
Well, the Lady Indians, again, will match up well with Cheyenne East. Again, you got to go against the Trio Towers. Again, Carson Temple, the tallest kid on there for Cheyenne Central. But, again, they're solid. Izzy Kelly, Taylon Wade, you run with Ella Gillum now. That's a healthy Ella Gillum along with Temple. They're going to be solid inside. They can kind of counteract that tallness by Cheyenne's. But again, let's be real honest. The Lady Thunderbirds have that backcourt pressure that is so stellar. Yeah, Central's probably runs a number 2 to that backcourt pressure. But again, with Schlabs and Lilliadal and even Izzy DeLong, they're tough.
Well, again, we'll focus away from Cheyenne East because, again, they're not playing right now. It's Central versus South. Again, Central right now, a good, strong, solid start here in the first half, taking advantage of, again, the inside play over Cheyenne South. For the Lady Fightin Bison, again, first quarter, a bit of a struggle, but found their way. Some outside shooting kind of benefited for them. So, again, high-scoring second quarter, see if they can carry that into, again, here in the second half, see if they can chip away at this large lead that Central holds. The key factor as well, too, is, again, for Cheyenne South, you got a couple players right now in foul difficulty. For Coach Epler, got to keep an eye on that. Again, boy, the early fouls, again, that was kind of the key thing in that first quarter was, again, fouls started to mount up very quickly for the Lady Fightin Bison.
For the Cheyenne Central Indians of the boys game, do want to mention, too, he's in street clothes. James Brown will not play, so that, again, kind of gives the Fightin Bison a fighting chance coming up here in Game 2. We'll be back after a 2-minute timeout. A 2-minute timeout you're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union is now offering a simple way to help make your money work for you. Meridian Trust will now pay 4% interest on their Max Rewards free checking accounts with balances up to $25,000 per month. Get all the details at mymeridiantrust.com or stop by your local Meridian Trust branch with 3 locations in Cheyenne. 4349 East Lincoln Way, 1602 East Prairie Avenue, and downtown at 2223 Warren Avenue. Right now is the perfect time to become a Meridian Trust member. Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union, where your deposits are safely insured by the NCUA. Be sure to stop in today.
If you own a home or property, you have at some time experienced a systems failure, always at the worst possible time. If that happens to you, just call Merritt Plumbing and Heating at 638-0749. Randy Merritt has over 35 years experience of plumbing and heating service. Merritt Plumbing and Heating and their entire crew have one mission: to provide homeowners and businesses throughout Southeast Wyoming with reliable, affordable, and honest services. For plumbing and heating, commit this name to memory: Merritt Plumbing and Heating. Online at merrittplumbingandheating.com.
MHP is a certified public accounting and consulting firm located in Bow, Cheyenne, and Fort Collins, offering accounting, tax, and consulting services to businesses, not-for-profit, government, and individual clients. MHP takes pride in their commitment to providing close, personal attention to their clients. They also continue to invest time and resources in continuing education, state-of-the-art computer technology, and valuing their relationships with you. MHP is a proud supporter of local and UW athletics. MHP, 314 West 18th Street, or call 634-2151.
Number 3, as it is out to the Lady Fightin' Bison, now attacking the zone to our right. Quist trying to get inside, throws up a running right hand. That won't go. Gehrig comes away with the rebound as Mia pushed out on the side. Good job defensively by Bailey Williams as she couldn't straddle the sideline. Again, there are a lot of paint marks on these floors, Nick. And again, sometimes it's awfully confusing.
Only recent, again, due to the fact that LCCC calling this their home gymnasium until the rack renovation is finalized.
Williams to Quist outside the arc. And there's 2 of them there on the floor. The white arc is the JUCO one, and the black one is for high school. Bailey, that's Madison Bailey, steals the errant pass and kisses it off the glass, and good. And Central now up by 26. Backcourt pressure applied by the Lady Indians. They don't give up on that. Bailey Williams gets it over the timeline quickly to Smith. Smith on a bounce down low to Brennan. Brennan throws one up from short range, and that one is good. Jordan Brennan with 8 on the assist from Smith. Quickly down court comes Madison Bailey. Bailey drops it back to Izzy Kelly. Kelly will back it up near center court. Just underway here in quarter number 3. Central leads by 24. It's 46-22. Inside, Carson Temple can't get it to bounce. And coming down the rebound and putting it back up and in is Madison Bailey for another bucket. Again, Temple hit off the back of the iron.
Question begins right now for Cheyenne Central. As basket will be good.
Bailey Williams fouled and gets the hoop. Foul will be on Morgan Kirkbride, her second.
Team's first called against Cheyenne Central.
Finish your thought.
I was going to say, again, right now for Coach Kirkbride, the question becomes of when do we see, again, fresh faces out there, again, some of the JV squad out there for the Lady Indians in this ball game.
Free throw is missed and last touched by the Lady Indians, who could not gobble up the rebound. So it will be Montgomery to trigger it in. And she'll get it into Smith on top to Williams. Williams takes a drive inside. Looked like she walked with it. Yes, she did, as she stumbled into both Kelly and Temple. 48-24 the score. As the Lady Indians right now having their way with the Lady Fightin' Bison. Temple gets by, off the glass, and good. That was easy money right there for Carson.
26-point lead now for Cheyenne Central.
She's in double figures now. Quist loses the basketball momentarily, then throws up an errant shot. How did that one go in? I don't know, but she'll take it. Lawson Quist with the bucket. She's got a half dozen. Quickly in transition, Cheyenne Central down quickly, and Madison Bailey with the bucket. She now is in double figures. Bad pass taken away by Carson Temple. 3-on-2. Pump fake by Carson. Blocked by Smith. Nice job by Amaya to Quist. Back to Smith. Smith gets it over to Montgomery. Montgomery into the near court to Brennan. Air ball. Rebound pulled down by Bailey Williams, and will draw the foul on Izzy Kelly.
Second whistle going against the Lady Indians.
So Bailey Williams will toe the mark. Bailey is 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Now 3 of 6. She has 10 points on the afternoon. 52-27. Second shot of the way. That one is no good and cleaned up by Gehrig. So Mia pushes it down in a hurry for Cheyenne Central. Trying to direct traffic underneath. Brennan stepped in front of the pass to Madison as Madison was trying to, cruise inside the lane, as her and Gehrig have worked on that play a couple, 3 times in their careers. Gehrig, lock and load for 3, can't get it to go. Rebound, battle around, and I think knocked away by Brennan last, and it will be out to Cheyenne Central. Temple left of the cylinder. Smith thought it was out off Kelly. Official says no. Inbounds come to Madison Bailey. Her jumper short. Rebound pulled down by Izzy Kelly. She is fouled from behind. Might be on Quist.
First whistle going against Cheyenne South here.
So Izzy Kelly will head to the line, and she'll shoot a pair. Score is 52-27. Central leads by 25. First shot on the way is good. Gillum will come back in. She will come in for Kirkbride. As the lead increases. Again, 74 points put up by the Lady Indians last night in the win against Laramie. Beat them by, what, I think 74-68.
Somewhere around that mark.
Quist beats the pressure, then throws one that's knocked away by Temple. We'll see some substitutions. Van Tassel will come back in along with Ward, and Taylon Wade will check in for Kelly. 5:09.
Ball will stay with Lady Fightin Bison here.
5:09 to go here, third quarter. Taco John scoreboard. Inbounds will come to Smith. Smith bounces it inside, taken away. Wade anticipating the pass and comes away with it. Quickly to Temple. Temple trying to go the distance. Off the glass and good. Brennan has picked up her fourth foul. That's a big foul right there.
Team second called against Cheyenne South here. Count the basket, it's good, and we'll have a timeout called by Coach Epler.
56-27, 4:58 to go. Carson Temple will be at the line after a 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
MHP is a certified public accounting and consulting firm. Proud supporters of Cheyenne and community athletes Paige and Zach Lane with Number One Properties would like to wish all the high school and college athletes a successful year on the field and on the court. They have and will continue to support student athletes and are proud to be members of the Cheyenne community. Contact Paige and Zach if you want to sell or buy a home. A special thank you for referrals as well. From your friends at Number One Properties, Paige and Zach Lane. Call 307-214-0827.
Welcome you back. Boys action to follow. And again, for Cheyenne Central, with the win last night, James Brown hitting that winner, but also rolling his ankle in that contest. He will not be suited up. Matter of fact, I do believe it'll be Bronson Collier who will get the call for Cheyenne Central. Not that they're not taking it seriously, but
not a season-ending injury, far from it for James Brown. Again, hopefully he'll be healed up and back in time for East versus Central coming up next week. But
Central,
we'll see.
as opposed to East, has more of the height advantage than the Thunderbirds do. Again, you had 6'6" Kaiser Jolly in the middle, but you also have 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" for Cheyenne Central, as they will address the loss of James Brown coming up here in game 2. It'll be Temple for the old-fashioned three. Knuckleball is good. And Temple will get more points as she has 14. She will come on out, and we will see for Cheyenne Central, Alyssa Schott. She will make her first appearance, as maybe Coach Kirkbride now will start, pulling back. She's a 5'8" senior. Smith losing the handle as she gets into the near court. Fires it back to Quist as they'll reload the offense with 4:40 to go here in quarter number 3. Ward on top to Brennan. Brennan again playing with 4 fouls. Can't get inside. They'll send it back out to Van Tassel. They trail by 30. Van Tassel bumped into Wade, and I think Taylon might get the call.
Third whistle going against Cheyenne Central here.
That'll be her first. Inbounds will come right of the bucket with Quist and try to bounce it into Smith. She comes away with it, gets the bucket. It trickled on in, and somebody missed an assignment. It will be Schott who picks up the foul. Alyssa Schott. So Smith will toe the mark. And get it to fall. So her first points of the game. Bailey tried to force one inside, tipped around, ends up in the hands of Quist. Here come the Lady Fightin Bison, trailing by 27. Smith wanting to get inside, pull up with a running right hand, can't get it to go. And Gillum comes away with the rebound quickly. Cheyenne Central on the attack. Gehrig wanting to get inside, then carried it. So the Lady Indians will turn it over.
Stops the clock. 4:02 remains here in the third quarter.
Van Tassel in the backcourt.
And a 27-point lead here for the Lady Indians.
Smith loses it right into the pocket of Garrett. Garrett, a no-look pass to Bailey. Bailey with the left hand, and that is easy money.
That's just textbook play right there with the layup.
Yeah. Ava Newton will come in on the next horn for Cheyenne Central. 59, 30-hour score. Again, another turnover in the backcourt. Garrett comes away with it. Tried to get it to shot, and it's taken away by Quist. Quist to Brennan. Brennan off the glass and good. Down quickly are the Lady Indians. Gillum misses the free shot off the window. Smith hits the deck hard. We got a jump ball. And we're going to see a stoppage of play as both teams will come to the bench. So with 3:12 left to go here in the quarter, Central leads 59-32. We'll be back after a 60-second timeout. You're listening to and watching high school basketball on 1480 KRAE.
Tired of choosing between spending and saving? Platte Valley Bank can help you take care of everything without missing anything. Managing your money can seem overwhelming. PV Budget helps you evaluate your spending, set savings goals, and create a budget that's easy to follow. Look for the PV Budget tool next time you log on to your online or mobile banking account. Take charge of your money and get your financial life on track. Platte Valley Bank, you belong here.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC.
At Fat Boys Tire and Auto, our business is about more than just selling tires and fixing cars. We believe in faith, family, and community. The Fat Boys family has been serving Wyoming and Nebraska for over 50 years, and 3 generations later, our values have never changed. When you need tires or auto repairs, find the Fat Boys, and we'll treat you like family. Fat Boys Tire and Auto in Cheyenne, Laramie, Scottsbluff, and Wheatland. Get price quotes and schedule service at fatboystires.com.
Do you want to stand corrected as they're still tending to Maya Smith. 22 for Cheyenne Central is Alyssa Brendley. Don't even have her on our roster from when we got going here this season, Nick. But they've added her, and she is now in the contest. So, again, you got Brendley, you got Newton, along with Kelly, Temple, and I do believe Taylor Wade for Cheyenne Central. And again,
going back to that Smith injury, again, not sure what happened. Again, it looked like kind of collision with the floor. Again, the hardwood, that is. And again, that's the issue here at Story Gymnasium. It is a very hard wood here, at least a part of this floor. So, again, did not see if it was a collision or what exactly happened. But, again, as soon as she went down, again, clutching, looked like the right knee, as, again, officials, or at least, again, the training staff here for Cheyenne South taking a look at her. Looks like they do believe getting a couple bags of ice.
And I don't think you were with me at the time, but I remember for the South High Lady Fightin Bison where they had that group under Chad DeBryan where they had been together. And, again, they were making a run. They were taking on the East High Lady Thunderbirds. You had a knee injury in that contest, and you had a thumb injury. 2 of his starting 5 gone as they headed to the playoffs, and then, basically, the rest is history for the Lady Fightin Bison. That was that one year where they had a really good shot, but again, playing here at Story Gym. And again, too, yeah, I understand, Nick, you can get 4,000 people here in the Story Gym, and it's great for East Central, but, I mean, why aren't these games being played in their regular facilities? Again, South High offers a really fine facility.
It's a neutral site. And
yeah, but,
it's a neutral site. And again,
you want to play on your home floor, though. Don't you want the home court advantage? Again, I think Story Gym
which is something that, again, all athletic directors have agreed upon here. But either way, again, it's a fun event for, again, whether it's Central South, East Central as well, too. Especially where, again, when this building is packed and full to a capacity, again, for East versus Central. Again, it is a raring good time, which, again, that crowd cannot fit at either the Fieldhouse or, again, at the Thunderdome. But either way, though, again, we do play these games. It's been like this for, again, however many years, and it will continue like that. But either way, it is something that, again, this hardwood floor, and again, assuming that's what
it's like almost hardwood cement.
It's something that, again, both Coach Salisbury and Coach McWilliams have addressed as well, too, again, with LCCC having this as their at least home floor right now until the rack is renovated for LCCC. So, again, we shall see, as it looks like Smith will get back up, thankfully. Again, she's going to get helped up by staff. It doesn't look like she's going to be able to put any weight on that right leg. Thankfully, again, it's not a situation where she needs to go to the hospital or anything.
But that is a huge loss for a young lady, again, who will be back next season. She's a junior.
She's an anchor point for Coach Epler. And
she's being carried off.
That's a big loss right now for Coach Epler.
So, again, for the Lady Indians, we already gave you their 5. So, for South, they will counter with Bailey Williams along with Van Tassel, Brennan, who has 4 fouls. Also, Ward and Quist. Central leads 59-32. Inbounds will come to Newton, to Brendley. Now they'll kick it out to Temple for 3. That one will miss the mark. Tapped around. Brennan comes away with the rebound. Lead pass to Quist, and it will go out on the side with 2:59 left to go here in the period. Check that 27-point lead for Cheyenne Central at 59-32.
And the Lady Indians looking for their 12th victory here overall.
Temple inside. Easy bunny that was missed by Newton.
We're going to jump ball. Once again, it'll be ball out to Cheyenne South on change of the possession arrow.
Brennan and Newton tie up for the rebound after the missed shot. That was an easy bunny right there that Newton should have had. Put a little too much on it. Ward in the backcourt. Fired into Van Tassel. Van Tassel pushes it over the timeline. Central will back off the pressure. Central in man-on-man defense. Van Tassel terminates the dribble. Far side to Ward. Ward drives along the baseline. That one. Too much English, and the Clown's mouth burped it out. Ball loose on the floor. Ends up in the hands of Ava Newton. Newton will quickly get it to Temple. Now to Brendley. Alyssa throws it into the backcourt, and we'll get an over and back call. As she will turn it over for Cheyenne Central. So
both teams a little flat here for the past couple of minutes, even minus the injury. Timeout for Cheyenne South.
It will be Williams into Brennan. Brennan over Newton, and that one kicks out. But Bailey Williams there to put it up. Can't get it to go. That one hung on the front part of the iron and then just trickled on off. The foul will be on Newton.
5th whistle going against the Lady Indians.
I'm sorry, that will be on Izzy Kelly.
Will pick up her 3rd foul.
Thought it was on Newton. First shot by Williams. That one just rolled around the rim and then just bounced to the floor harmlessly. A missed shot for Bailey Williams. She's been at the free throw line quite a bit here in the 3rd quarter. This is her 5th attempt. She's 2 of 5 as she hits that one to cut the deficit down to 26. Temple down low to Wade. Wade baseline jumper and will draw the foul. That one will be on Ward.
This quarter has kind of grinded to an unfortunate halt here for both teams. Again, 8 whistles so far here in the quarter. 3rd right there for Cheyenne South.
Taylor Wade at the line shooting a pair. First shot on the way is good. Wade has had some success. She is actually 4 or 5 from the free throw line.
Points on the board for the Lady Indians in quite some time there.
6 points on the afternoon and still at 6. Misses the shot. Rebound pulled down by Temple. Rushed it. Ball loose on the floor. Saved by Brendley. Brendley couldn't get it. Ends up in the hands of Van Tassel. Down low. Williams, and again, this is like a hot potato. Quist comes away with it, then loses it off her thigh and out.
Big ball off at least Cheyenne South.
Brody Epler was trying to sell it that, hey, it was last touched by the Lady Indians, but you can see it from here. Went off the thigh of Quist. $1:38 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Kelly, Temple, bad pass down low, trying to get it to Newton. Taken away by Brennan. She puts on the brakes. Throws a bad pass that's tipped by Temple into the hands of Newton. Inside they go to Wade. Wade off the back of the iron, long, strong. Rebound pulled down by Brennan. Brennan quickly to Van Tassel. Has her pocket picked by Temple. On a bounce to Wade. Throws one up, misses the shot. Rebound pulled down by Brendley. She can't get it to go. Lady Indians inside are absolutely just missing everything from point blank range.
which is surprising. It's an inverse of what we just saw in that first half with Cheyenne Central, where again it seemed like they couldn't miss from the inside.
So they will get Bailey and Garrick back in. So I guess the answer to your question is the regulars look like they're going to be playing for quite a while.
6 whistle, again, do want to mention that foul was called. 6 going against Cheyenne Central right there.
Temple second. 1 minute to go here in the quarter. Lady Indians up by 27. It's 60-30. Not a high-scoring quarter for either team. Williams lobs it down low, and Brennan kisses it off the window and good. Brennan with 12. So it's 60-35. Gehrig to Bailey, drives on the baseline. Is it before the shot? That's the question. The bucket went in, and the foul will be on Ward. They're going to say no, it was before the shot. That should be her fourth.
Her fourth, team's fourth call against the Lady Fightin' Bison.
Temple will inbound it to Gehrig. Gehrig takes it inside. Stop pop from 15. That is no good. Cleared away by Van Tassel. Van Tassel pushing it down quickly to Bailey Williams. In and out her hands. She'll track it down. Far side launching an NBA three. That is no good. And off the fingernails of Newton and out.
Clock stopped here, 20.2 seconds to go before the start of the fourth.
Brennan will get it from Williams to Van Tassel for three. Bang! And a Caitlin Van Tassel trifecta.
Nice healthy quarter here for Cheyenne South on the offensive side.
60-38. Missed shot inside by the Lady Indians. How many bunnies have the Lady Indians blown here in the last 3 minutes? I mean, that's about the 7th, 8th time they got the height advantage down low, and they can't seem to get anything in. And this is one of the things that really will come back and haunt the Lady Indians when they get into the regional tournament, because you're going to be playing against better teams. And you're not going to get those opportunities too often. Inside, Gehrig to Newton. Newton fires one up at the horn, no good. And the Lady Indians go to the fourth quarter leading 60-38. Quarter number 4 coming up after the 60-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
17 years in the community and still striving to offer you the best value in a new vehicle. AJ Miller here for Kia of Cheyenne. Take a look at the new 2023 Kia Sorento. With the 2023 Kia Sorento, you have a choice of 3 models, 8 different trims, and 4 different all-weather drive modes. Some available features include 281 horsepower, 20-inch wheels, remote start, and climate control. Come into Kia of Cheyenne, call 775-0123 or go to KiaofCheyenne.com, and we'll make it easy.
Shake up how you wake up with a bolder breakfast at Taco John's. Hit snooze on the same old and bite into crispy potato olays, bacon, and nacho cheese. It's always a good day for nacho cheese.
Get 2 mean potato breakfast burritos for just $6, only at Taco John's.
Number 4, hey, for the Lady Fightin' Bison, they outscored Cheyenne Central quarter number 3, 18-16. So again, moral victories you look for at this time of season for the Lady Fightin' Bison. Inside they go to Kirkbride. Kirkbride, Central basketball was open up quarter number 4. And it will be a jump ball. And the Lady Fightin' Bison are doing that. They're continuing to fight as they will get the ball back on the possession arrow.
That's something to give credit to Coach Epler and, again, company, again, with this Lady Fightin' Bison team. Again, they fight to the bitter end.
So Montgomery into the near court. Garcia is checked in for Cheyenne South. We'll get to her. Jalen Garcia, 5'5" senior. Williams drives along the baseline, throws him a right-hander, and that's good.
How about this? Has chipped this lead down to 20 advantage for Cheyenne Central.
Quickly down court, Central. This time they will make South pay, and finishing it off is Ella Gillum. Gillum on the assist from Temple makes it 62-40. In the backcourt, Quist gets it down. Now to Garcia. She'll load up and hit the long-range jumper for 2. So for Garcia, it's a 62-42 score. Then quickly, Cheyenne Central answers right back.
Lady Indians now starting to hit it from the inside again.
So Temple hitting the bucket 64-42. Ball knocked away from Montgomery. Down court, Gehrig, a long lead pass over the head of Temple. And a turnover by Cheyenne Central.
6:34 to go here remaining in this ball game. Cheyenne Central right now as it stands with a 22-point lead.
Again, backcourt pressure. As the Lady Indians have been in the backcourt pressure all during the game, hold everything. A timeout called by Brody Epler. We'll keep it here, 64-42.
Cheyenne South with one timeout remaining here in this ball game.
And remind you that we will have East Central to wrap up the regular season coming up next week. What day are we here?
I do believe it's either Thursday or Friday. Don't have that right now in front of me. But yes, we will have East versus Central here at Story Gymnasium.
Then we'll
have it on 1480 AM, 101.1 FM, 1480KRAE.com on the audio side. Video live streaming as we do on the 1480KRAE YouTube channel. As we are here for, again, East, South, Central this week. And again, the final crosstown battle, East versus Central next week. That'll be the end of the regular season.
Bailey Williams will bring it into Quest. Again, trailing by only 22, as they've kind of hung around. Central's allowed them to hang around. Williams on top to Garcia. Looking for somebody and kind of dropped it back into the lap of Williams, almost taken away by Temple. Williams now to Quist as she backs it up near center court. The sophomore being guarded by the senior. Central again staying man on man. Williams lob pass down low. Brennan worked herself free and kisses it off the glass and good. 64-44 in favor of the ladies of Cheyenne Central. Inside Kirkbride. Kirkbride, good ball movement underneath. And Wade will finish it off on the assist from Madison Bailey.
As back and forth, we trade baskets here between the two teams. Again, Cheyenne South needs a defensive stop if they want to get back in this ball game.
Montgomery gets it over the timeline to Quist far side. Quist fires it to Garcia, and her baseline jumper is good.
Yes, the offense really sparking here for the Lady Fightin Bison. Again, key factor here for them. Again, got to get the stop.
Quickly for Cheyenne Central. A mismatch underneath is Gillum, who has about a 6-inch height advantage over Garcia. Puts it off the window and good.
Again, trading basket for basket. It has, again, scores now elevate.
Ball knocked off and out. So Gillum will come on out, and we'll see Izzy Kelly come back in for Cheyenne Central. A lot of Lady Indians in double figures. Lob down low. Brennan misses the bunny. She took herself too low under the iron and misses the shot. Central comes down the rebound. Gehrig pull-up jumper, good. And Mia is into the scorer's book, as all Lady Indians that have played, except for Brendley, have now scored. Backcourt pressure, ball knocked away by Bailey, Madison Bailey. And the Lady Indians, again, still slapping on that defensive pressure. They do it for 32 minutes, don't they? Quist busts the pressure, gets it over the timeline, finds open Garcia, and the Lady Indians allowing her to shoot, and she'll hit yet another bucket. So it's 70-48. Quickly, Central in transition. Carson Temple missing the bunny. That one slides off the rim. She gets her second opportunity as Kelly will come down the rebound, and she will be fouled by Garcia.
Fifth whistle going against the Lady Fightin Bison. It is in the act of shooting.
Kelly will be shooting a pair. First shot is no good. I see Madison Bailey in double figures, Carson Temple in double figures, Kelly's in double figures, Gillum is in double figures. Second shot, that one misses both, but rebound pulled down by Madison Bailey and good.
Cheyenne Central again looking to pick up, I do believe, their 12th victory here.
Garcia across the way, down low. They try to get it into the hands of Brennan. Brennan will be hacked, and she will be fouled by Kelly. That's her fourth.
Her fourth, team seventh, called against Cheyenne Central, so bonus time now for Cheyenne South.
Brennan will be at the line. shoot a pair. First shot is no good.
Again, Cheyenne Central on pace to pick up their 12th victory of the season. For Cheyenne South, they would drop to 1-19, extend that losing streak out to 19 here.
Brennan with 14 points, misses the first free throw. Brendley will come back in, Alyssa Brendley. Second shot is no good, and it's cleared away by Temple. Temple to Gehrig. Mia fires it back. Kirkbride for the three. That one won't go. And Gehrig will end up with a long bounce rebound. Takes it inside and hits from about 7 as she was in the paint, uncontested. 74-48. Another 70-point effort by the Lady Indians. Garcia in the corner, near side. Back out to Quist. 3:30 to go on the Taco John scoreboard. Quist with the left hand. Finds Montgomery, far side. Bad pass taken away by Temple. They've got a 2-on-1. Brendley fouled from behind by Bailey Williams. And for Bailey, that will be her second.
Team 6 called against Cheyenne South. Stops the clock, 3:15 to go.
So Brendley looking to put her name in the scorer's book. First shot on the way is good. So Ava Newton will check back in. She's the only one that has not scored. Now we'll also see another Gehrig come in, McKay Gehrig. Second shot of the way, that is no good. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Ava Newton, and again, missing from inside. I mean, that's point blank, Nick. You got to make those.
Either way, though, again, Central with a comfortable lead here.
So Brendley with 1 out of 2. Montgomery being hounded, then finally hits the floor after being fouled by McKay Gehrig.
Team's 8th called against Cheyenne Central. Clock stops here at 3:04.
It will send Mona Montgomery to the line. 1 and penalty.
A game that has certainly dragged along here this afternoon, again, with the amount of foul calls that both teams have amassed here.
Montgomery misses the free throw, cleared away by Carson Temple. Temple pushes it down in a hurry for Cheyenne Central to Newton, back to Temple. On top to Gehrig. Gehrig, that's McKay Gehrig. Back to Temple. Get it down low to Newton. Newton double team, loses the handle of the basketball. And a jump ball, and it'll be out to Cheyenne Central. Ava Newton, 5'10", sophomore. Gets it from Temple. Temple drives along the baseline, dumps it back to Newton. Newton's jumper, that one won't go. Temple comes down with the board, puts it back up and in. So easy for Carson Temple. And a 77-48 score with 2:30 to go. And I think we are going to get a timeout call by...
Final timeout by Coach Epler.
With 2:28 to go, Central 77, South 48 back after a 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Each of us comes with a different story, a different way of looking at the world. So whatever it is that makes you different will make all the difference. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
Like Nick said, seems like it's been going on for a long, long time. Central Lady Indians pretty much ran away ahead with this one at halftime as they were leading 44-20. They have maintained just about that 20-plus lead throughout the game.
Game was kind of decided about midway through the first quarter again, as Cheyenne Central really starting to kind of step on the gas there against Cheyenne South. Again, South did have one lead in this contest. It was the first ever lead, first points going on the board for the Lady Fighting Bison. Outside of that, it's been all Cheyenne Central.
Samantha Schaefer's checked in for Cheyenne Central. She's a sophomore, 5'9", along with Taylor Wade, who's back in. Bad pass by Quist, taken away by Newton. Newton in the backcourt gives it off to Wade. Wade over to McKay Garrick. Inside Brindley, in and out of the hands of Schaefer. Ends up in the hands of Garcia. Garcia outlets it quickly to Quist with 2:05 to go on the Taco John scoreboard. Quist, far side Montgomery, steps back for the long range three, misses it. Ball picked up by Wade as she pushes it down the court with $1:50 to go. McKay Garrick near side on a bounce to Newton. Inside they go to Schaefer. Schaefer will be fouled by Garcia on the grab. No, they're going to call that on Quist. My bad.
Either way, 7th whistle called against Cheyenne South. Bonus time now for Cheyenne Central, which is kind of a moot point. Central will pick up their 12th win of the season.
Schaefer's first shot is good.
Especially with right now as a 30-point advantage for the Lady Indians.
Van Tassel will check back in for Quist.
And Cheyenne South, again, I do believe they have one final regular season game coming up next week, and it should be at home hosting Laramie.
Missed on the second attempt and battle for the rebound. Last touch by the Lady Indians.
Again, the next time we will see Cheyenne South tentatively will be in that East Regional tournament. Again, as all 6 teams will be up there competing for, again, 4 spots. The state tournament.
Melissa Schott will check in. She is the senior, 5'8" senior. Lady Indians denying the Lady Fightin Bison even to get it in. Finally, they do so. Williams has it knocked away by Garrick, but Williams picked it up. Lady Indians were asleep defensively, and Williams will take it all the way to the bucket and put it up and in. Garrick in the backcourt being hounded by Van Tassel. Over to Schott, far side. Schott double team, sends it over to McKay Garrick. To Schaefer, bad pass, knocked away but by Montgomery, but Garrick will come away. That shot for the long range three, that won't go. Brennan comes down with the rebound and then promptly has it knocked away by Garrick and out to the side. 78-50 our score with 64 seconds to go. Waiting on Samantha Schaefer to tie her shoes.
Good ball will stay with Cheyenne South.
Williams, front of the scorer's table. To our right, bad pass knocked away by Schaefer, but Van Tassel there to pick it up. Van Tassel loses the ball out, and I think it might have gone off shot last.
And Cheyenne Central with the win will go to 12-7 overall. For Cheyenne South will drop to 1-19. Again, extend that losing streak to 19 games.
Bailey Williams in the corner for a three. Bang! And Bailey Williams, well, one thing that South has won is the outside shooting battle today. Garrick puts on the brakes. Newton at the high block gets it over to Schaefer. Her jumper's no good. Rebound pulled down by Brennan. Brennan quickly to Montgomery, 35 seconds to go. To Williams, baseline jumper. That's good.
An offensive flurry here at the tail end by Cheyenne South.
Bailey Williams with 9 here in the quarter. Garrick over to Brendley. Back to Garrick. McKay for the three. That hits off the front of the iron. That is no good. She'll come out and get the long rebound to Brendley. Brendley to Newton. Newton drives inside. That shot is no good. Gets her own rebound. Rushes it. Can't get it to fall. And Montgomery comes down the rebound quickly to Bailey Williams. And will put it up and in. Count the bucket. And we're going to have a foul. No, they'll wipe it off. So give Bailey Williams the bucket. And the final score, Central wins 78-57. 78-57, the final numbers when we come back after a 2-minute timeout. A 2-minute timeout, you're listening to and watching high school basketball on 1480 KRAE.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows. Your home deserves the very best, that's what we give to you. When it comes to vinyl windows, no need to be confused. We manufacture in Wyoming, build them all right here. 'Cause we know the climate, suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows.
Hey guys. He's not wearing anything.
What? Hi, I'd like to order a hot chocolate, please. What? Are you...
She shoots, she scores. It's nothing but net for your family dinner tonight at Two Doors Down. Two Doors Down is perfect for the active family with an expanded menu featuring Cheyenne's favorite gourmet burgers served with bottomless fries to your favorite platters, pastas, pizzas, salads, a full kids menu, and much, much more. It's Two Doors Down. For a complete menu and specials, go to twodoorsdown.net. Two Doors Down, 118 East 17th Street. Flippin' great burgers since 2009.
We welcome you back to Historic Story Gymnasium. We do want to thank our fine sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't be able to bring you these games here on 1480 KRAE. Again, Central wins 78 to 57 in game one. Game two on the way. We want to thank the United States Air Force Recruiting Office, Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union, MHP LLP, Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Dell Range, Lennox Auto Body in the Auto Glass and Detail Center, Cheyenne and Regional Medical Center. We want to thank Two Doors Down, downtown Cheyenne, Halliday Motors, Platte Valley Bank, Medicap Pharmacy, Merritt Plumbing and Heating, Cheyenne Urological, Page and Zach Lane at number one property, Cheyenne Pack and Ship, the Gill Window Company, Key of Cheyenne, Wyoming Department of Transportation, First Tier Bank, Burns Insurance Company, Fat Boys Tire and Auto, Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service, and Taco John's, our scoreboard sponsor, against 78-57 in favor of the Lady Indians as they pick up yet another conference victory and a very important conference victory in the South as they win last night at home against the Lady Plainsmen, and again ran away and hid early on from the Fightin Bison. I will say for Brody Epler's team, and again, they were playing the front liners of Cheyenne Central to a certain degree, and for Brody Epler's Lady Fightin Bison, shot the ball well in the second half where they outscored Central 37-34. So let's take a look at the leading scorers for the Lady Fightin Bison as we will run down these final numbers for you. As I grab a quick drink here. For Cheyenne South, they scored 8 in quarter number 1, 12 in quarter number 2, 18 in quarter number 3, and 19 in quarter number 4. They were led by Bailey Williams with 22 points for the senior. Junior Jordan Brennan, who played a long time with 4 fouls, she wrapped up with 14 points, and then it falls off. Jalen Garcia off the bench with a half dozen. Half dozen for Lawson Quest, 4 points for Kaylin Van Tassel, 3 points for Amaya Smith before she was injured. And again, our fingers crossed that injury isn't serious for the junior. And 2 points for Mona Montgomery, and definitely with Amaya Smith, they need her services when they get ready to compete in the Eastern Regional Tournament. For the Lady Indians, they scored 23 in quarter number 1. Came back with 21 in quarter number 2, 16 in quarter number 3, 18 points in quarter number 4, and 4 Lady Indians in double figures, led by Izzy Kelly, the sophomore. She had 16 points, 15 points for Madison Bailey, 14 points for Karsten Temple, 12 points for Taylon Wade. Also in the scoring book, 8 points for Taylon Wade. Ella Gilliam had 12, Taylon Wade had 8 points, 4 for Mia Garrick, 3 points for Morgan Kirkbride, a point for Alyssa Schott, and 1 point for Samantha Schaefer. So there we go. Alyssa Brendley had the 1 point as she was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. So again, for Cheyenne Central, again, 4 Lady Indians in double figures. We are going to take a 3-minute timeout. We'll come back. We'll get ready for game 2 as it's the Indians and the Fightin Bison right here on 1480 KRAE.
Wyoming owned and operated since 1971, Burns Insurance is Wyoming's right choice for your insurance needs. Burns Insurance is a trusted choice, full-service, independent insurance agency offering a full range of commercial, agricultural, and personal insurance products through many national and regional carriers. Let our friendly, experienced agents help you find the right product at the right price for your asset protection. Buy the policy, get the agent at Burns Insurance, your right choice. Find Burns Insurance on Facebook or at burnsia.com.
30 years of service and care for Cheyenne and the surrounding area continues at Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service. Hi, this is Larry Proietti. For cars in downtown Cheyenne, this is the only place I take my vehicle for service, be it just an oil change, timing belt, checking on my heating air conditioning unit, and even to replace a burnt-out brake light bulb or worn-out windshield wipers. John and his staff are there to take care of most minor repairs. John is even a TechNet professional. What does that mean to you? He's one of the best when it comes to servicing your car or truck. Check out TechNetProfessional.com today. Open Monday through Friday at 604 West Lincoln Way or call Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service for an appointment at 632-0498. Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Del Range across from Powers Field is a proud sponsor of our high school and LCCC student athletes. Chick-fil-A always offers 2 convenient drive-through lanes to pick up your order if you are on the go. Plus, they have an excellent dining room for the whole family. And remember to order ahead. Use the Chick-fil-A app on your phone. Stop into Chick-fil-A today, open Monday through Saturday, where you can enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Your home for the real chicken sandwich taste. Chick-fil-A, Windmill and Del Range.
Wisdom, expertise, compassion, qualities that are the foundation of Cheyenne Urological, with their experienced doctors and their highly trained staff providing top-quality treatment for prostate cancer, urinary tract infections, kidney stones, impotence, and incontinence. You can trust Cheyenne Urological to give you the highest quality urinary care. Now offering the latest in robotic surgery, call Cheyenne Urological at 635-4131. That's 635-4131.
Larry Proietti for Cheyenne Pack and Ship. Remember, Jeff and his expert crew will make sure your package is prepared with the most professional care and will arrive to its destination on time. Cheyenne Pack and Ship offers many other specialty services as well, including private mailboxes, notary services, fax, email, copy services, and courier services. Big or small, they pack and ship it all. Cheyenne Pack and Ship at 3901 East Pershing Boulevard. Call for more information at 307-632-9600.
At the Cheyenne Regional Heart and Vascular Institute, you're welcomed with the warmth of a community hospital and cared for with help from the most advanced technology in the industry. With our full spectrum of in-house heart services and procedures, you can get the treatment you need, recover, and get right back out there, all while remaining close to home. Find out more at CheyenneRegional.org/heart.
Final thoughts before we close the books on the girls' game. Again, big win, 78-57 for Cheyenne Central. 2 big wins over the last 2 nights. And again, you know, there's that letdown factor, like Coach Kirkbride said earlier. I didn't see that early on in that win against the Lady Fightin Bison.
Again, it was kind of a slow start out of the box, but then finally got a rhythm, especially in that midway through the first quarter. Even with the amount of fouls and stoppages in that contest, again, Cheyenne Central still found a way to get, again, a sizable victory over Cheyenne South. Again, it's something that boosts confidence for the Lady Indians, especially as they now prepare for the Lady, at least Thunderbirds, coming up next week here at Story Gymnasium. So for Cheyenne Central, expected them to win. They got the win in a sizable fashion. Free throws, the only main concern right now as we get to the final moments, final regular season game, and then raise at least regional tournament for Cheyenne Central. For Cheyenne South, give credit to them. Again, it's a team that we've seen that, again, not going to be odds-on favorite to at least win more contests moving forward as they have, again, throughout this entire season. But it's a team that's scrappy. It's a fighting bunch. And we saw that, especially there in that second half, in that fourth quarter, taking advantage of some miscues by Cheyenne Central, put up some points, and try to kind of get a little momentum into their next contest, which, again, I do believe for Cheyenne South will be next Friday night over at Cheyenne South hosting the Laramie Lady Plainsmen. So for Cheyenne South, the team that is, again, it's going through growing pains. Didn't expect much out of them this season. They're still a team that is fighting out there.
All right, let's take a look at some starting lineups as we get ready for Game 2 for the Central Indians. Again, they will be without the services of James Brown, again, who did hit the winner last night for Cheyenne Central, but unfortunately a little bit of an ankle injury, and again, preserving and taking some caution here, again, saving him for Cheyenne East. They will not suit him up. This is the way they'll come out in the backcourt. It'll be Jackson Whitworth. He's a 6-foot senior. He'll be joined by Sammy Shumway. He's a 5'11" junior. In the middle, I do believe, will be Bronson Collier. He's a 6'3" senior. He'll be joined on the wings by Joe Sawyer, who's a 6'2" junior, and by Zach Wilninger, a 6'2" senior. So again, with Whitworth, Shumway, Sawyer, Wilninger, and Collier, again, they still have that size advantage over the South High Fighting Bison. Fighting Bison will come out this way with Gabe Hernandez in the backcourt. He is a 5'10" junior. He'll be joined by Caden Hart, who's a 5'9" junior. In the middle will be Jonathan Strong, who's 6'2". He's a senior. At one wing will be Robert Pountney. He is a 6'1" senior. At the other wing will be Noah Hagberg. He's 6 foot and a junior. So
for Cheyenne Central, very quickly, given the overall records for Cheyenne Central coming into this contest after, again, a close win against the Laramie Plainsmen yesterday at the Fieldhouse. Cheyenne Central comes into this game 14-6 overall for Cheyenne South. They are 4-15 overall for Cheyenne Central as well, too. Make note that they are the number 5 team here in Class 4A, according to the Wild Preps Media and Coaches poll. Again, as they sit right now, 14-6, they are in the hunt right now. They're kind of in the driver's seat of that number 2 seed in the Southeast Quadrant after East kind of solidified with their victory over Laramie that Cheyenne East is the number 1 seed on the boys' side coming out of the Southeast Quadrant.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because right now, if they were to have the tournament, they would have the Camels of Gillette. And I think that would be a good matchup for them. I think we'll tip our cap to the Sheridan Bronx. They're pretty doggone good. We already know the Thunder Basin Bolts are pretty decent, but right there, Gillette is down a little bit this year, Gamble County.
It's a wide open 4A boys on the east side without a doubt. Again, whether it's the Northeast Quadrant teams, again, very talented from Natrona on up to Sheridan. Again, for Thunder Basin, don't overlook the Bolts as well, too. Again, they are defending 4A state champions. Again, you look here in the Southeast Quadrant, Laramie, competitive. Again, record probably doesn't indicate, or at least reflect of how talented that team is. Central right now sitting in the second spot. East, the clear odds-on favorite. Again, they are the number 1 seed, or at least number 1 seed and number 1 team in Class 4A. And then Cheyenne South, that's kind of going through their growing pains. Again, a South High team we talked about, whether it's Wednesday or, again, a part of the Pro Show. Again, a South team that, again, I don't think the record reflects of how competitive this team is and how close they are, again, as much as, again, Wednesday's game did not reflect, again, the effort by the Fighting Bison, again, as East kind of cruised in that one Wednesday night here at Story Gymnasium.
Again, for the Fighting Bison, under head coach Chad Bryan, it will be Hernandez, Pountney, Strong, Hagberg, and Hart. And for Cheyenne Central, under the direction of Jim Schaefer, it'll be Whitworth, Shumway, Sawyer, Wiltger, and Bronson Collier. We will get ready for Game 2. South will be in the home white uniforms with the black numerals and the gold outline, with Cheyenne South across. Central will be in their travel uniforms. We'll get back to that here in just a couple of moments. We'll be back after a 3-minute timeout. A 3-minute timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
In the 1960s, Bruce Lee said, "Be water, my friend." The meaning of that advice has been debated ever since. Here at First Tier Bank, we believe he meant that preserving your liquid assets in a high-yield money market account can get you a decent yield on your funds while maintaining your liquidity in choppy financial markets. We've got some of the best money market rates around, and we'd like to invite you to be water and make your liquid assets work for you. Stop by or call First Tier Bank today with 2 locations to serve you at 1508 Stillwater Avenue and 1800 Cary Avenue in downtown Cheyenne, or check us out at firsttierbanks.com. First Tier Banks, member FDIC. Visit Halliday Subaru in Cheyenne. At Halliday Subaru, you'll find one of the largest Subaru selections in Wyoming, always at low Halliday common sense prices, including the most popular Subaru models like Outback, Forester, and the Ascent. View lease and finance specials online at HallidaySubaru.com. Then visit Halliday Subaru, Westland Road, Motor City, Cheyenne. Experience the Halliday difference, the beginning of hassle-free driving.
Come see how the Halliday difference can make a big difference for you. The Halliday difference.
For nearly 30 years, family-owned and operated Lennox Auto Body, along with the Auto Glass and Detail Center, has been serving our community with quality and customer satisfaction. It's a pretty simple drill. When you want it done right the first time, call Lennox Auto Body for an appointment at 307-634-6608. Lennox Auto Body at 1020 Dunn Avenue. And the Auto Glass and Detail Center. Remember, it's not clean until it's Lennox clean at 617 East Pershing Boulevard.
Lennox Auto Body. No shortcuts, no compromise.
Are you looking for a pharmacist who will actually take the time to talk to you? Then come to Medicap Pharmacy. We're dedicated to healthcare only, which means we'll fill your prescription quickly, and then we'll make time to listen, answer your questions, explain your prescriptions, and tell you about possible drug interactions.
Medicap Pharmacy. We'll always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
National anthem this time as we're underway with basketball action. Bronson Collier with the first bucket for Central as they win the tap and lead 2-0. It'll be the South High Fighting Bison attack in the zone. 2 hour left. Central in their travel black uniforms with tribe across the front. Red numerals, white outline. Jonathan Strong with the long range three. That is no good. Sammy Shumway comes down with a rebound, quickly pushing it up for the Indians. Shumway down into the corner for Jackson Whitworth and the trifecta. And it's a 5-0 lead quickly out of the box for the Indians.
Similar as in the girls contest boys. Again, 4 8-minute quarters here. No shot clock here in the state of Wyoming.
Hernandez hands it off to Hart. Hart drives with the left hand, partially blocked, taken away by Whitworth, and into the hands of Shumway. Here come the Indians on the run. Sawyer inside, kicks it back out. Shumway thought about the three, now drives inside, throws one up, underhand, can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by Collier. That one will fall in, and Bronson Collier with the bucket, and a quick 7-0 run by Central in the first minute, 23 seconds. Timeout called by the Fightin Bison. We'll be back after a 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching high school basketball on 1480 KRAE.
Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union is now offering a simple way to help make your money work for you. Meridian Trust will now pay 4% interest on their Max Rewards free checking accounts with balances up to $25,000 per month. Get all the details at mymeridiantrust.com or stop by your local Meridian Trust branch with 3 locations in Cheyenne. 4349 East Lincoln Way, 1602 East Prairie Avenue, and downtown at 2223 Warren Avenue. Right now is the perfect time to become a Meridian Trust member. Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union, where your deposits are safely insured by the NCUA. Be sure to stop in today.
And the Indians, like the Lady Indians right now, running off to a 7-0 lead. And, the Fightin Bison just right now don't have any answers.
Well, I think the issue right now is something was spotlighted here, part of this pregame, or again, as now we're into it. Again, for Cheyenne Central, clear height advantage. That has been the issue for Cheyenne South this entire season. Again, they're undersized, especially here against, again, whether it's the west side, east side of Class 4A. Again, Central using that height advantage to, again, a big T right now on the inside.
It'll be South basketball after the timeout. Hart on the far side to Hernandez. Hernandez finds Hagberg. Hagberg double team. And Collier will grab it for the jump ball. Should be out to the Fightin Bison. Strong right in front of the central bench will trigger it in. Strong taps the basketball, gets it into Poutney. Poutney in the corner, near side. Now takes it inside. Caught up in traffic to Strong. Jonathan drops it back to Hart, far side. Caden with the left hand. In and out of the hands of Hernandez and taken away by Shumway. Shumway behind the back for Sawyer, and good.
Little theatrics on that, behind the back by Sammy Shumway. Gets it to go.
And he knew Hernandez was tracking him down. Here's Strong for a long-range three. That won't go, one done. And then a loose ball foul called on Strong as he was holding on to Wildinger.
First whistle going against the Fighting Bison. Strong will pick up his first. Stop the clock, 5:56 to go here in the first quarter. Central will have the basketball.
Sawyer will trigger it in. Backcourt pressure, and then South will back it off as Shumway will go one-on-one.
A 9-0 run here for the Indians to start out this ball game.
But Hart gives it off to Wildinger. Zach on a bounce down low. Pump fake by Sawyer. Off the window and good. And Central looks like a machine.
Yeah, things start to get really out of hand here very early against Cheyenne South.
11-0 the score. Strong on top. Fires over to Hagberg. He'll square for the wide open three. Can't get it to go. Collier comes down with the board and gives it off to Shumway. Shumway, no look pass into the corner. Whitworth for three. Bang! And a Jackson Whitworth trifecta makes it a 14-0 lead.
This team for Cheyenne Central looks like they cannot miss here so far this afternoon.
Hernandez on the far side loses his balance and throws one up. Can't get it to go. Rebound pulled in by Wildinger. Wildinger to Shumway. Here come the Indians on the run. Wide open again for the three is Whitworth. That one skims off the rim, misses. One of the rarities for the Indians missing a shot. Hernandez comes down with the board. Quickly to Hart as they push it up the floor with 4:40 to go here in the quarter. Hernandez drives along the baseline. Offensive foul. Shumway sold that one on the flop. And it will be on Hernandez, his first.
His first, team second, called against Cheyenne South. And last time we saw the Cheyenne Central team, it was East versus Central. Again, Central with the, again, game-tying three at the last second. Again, the crucial foul called at the end that gave Cheyenne East the victory here at Story Gymnasium.
People still talk about that foul. How could you make that call? Similar to what we saw in the Super Bowl, right? Shumway, high post to get it to Wildinger. Back out to Shumway. Near side, now on top to Whitworth. They'll square for the three. That one misses the mark. Long rebound comes out to Shumway. Shumway with the left hand. He wants to get inside, dumps it down low to Wildinger. Wildinger misses the shot. Collier comes down the rebound, puts it back up and in, hits the floor, and the Central route continues. How about that by Collier?
Count the basket, it is good. Third team foul called against Cheyenne South.
That's going to be on Poutney.
He'll pick up his first foul. 16-0 run to start out this ball game. Advantage Indians.
Mason Tafoya, the 6-foot junior, will check in for Cheyenne Central. Collier looking for the old-fashioned three. He's got a half dozen, and he's got it.
This is an Indians team that feels like it's on a mission right now. Yes, we'll get a fresh set of Bison on the floor right now for Chad DeBryan.
No, Marcus Dehoff will come in for Cheyenne Central. He's 6'1", he's a junior. So we're going to see Gillespie.
Yeah, again, it looks like all five coming in, a fresh five for Cheyenne South, as we're still having a little issue trying to get personnel in for Cheyenne South.
So we'll get to all of the changes. Orrin Hartshorn has checked in for the South High Fighting Bison as he will get it in. Again, we'll come back with some of the names here in a bit. Bad pass, knocked away, taken away by Tafoya. Tafoya will go all the way with the left hand off the window and good and high. I have not seen a quarter like this in a long, long time, Nick. Unbelievable.
19-0 run for Cheyenne Central.
Wilmarth as they get it over to Parsons. Parsons loses it off to the side and out.
Ball will go back to the Indian zone. 3:35 to go here in the first, as it has been everything regarding Cheyenne Central here.
Oh, the Indians have just been phenomenal.
It's a team that looks like they're on a mission. They're trying to make a statement win as they prepare for East versus Central next week.
Sawyer on top, down low, the mismatch with Collier. Collier pushed it a little too hard as he had the big mismatch on Gillespie. Hartshorn loses the handle of the basketball right into the hands of DeHoff. DeHoff no look pass to Sawyer. Sawyer off the window and good. Oh my goodness.
21 now to nothing advantage Indians.
Wilmarth.
This is unbelievable.
Oh, Central is just smoking them right now.
Again,
Wilmarth loses the basketball, taken away by Shumway. Shumway with the right hand. That's off the window and good.
Again, it is 40 points, a 40-point lead to at least start a running clock. We're getting close right now. We're sniffing it.
Oh, my. Isaiah Sanchez. Sanchez to the Gillespie. Sanchez double team, loses his balance, gets it off to Parsons. Parsons double team. Bad pass knocked away by Sawyer. Sawyer on the bounce to Shumway. Shumway with the right hand, off the window and good.
And we're going to have a timeout called by Chad DeBryan again.
25-0 with 2:27 to go here in the quarter. We'll be back after a 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
If you own a home or property, you have at some time experienced a systems failure, always at the worst possible time. If that happens to you, just call Merritt Plumbing and Heating at 638-0749. Randy Merritt has over 35 years experience of plumbing and heating service. Merritt Plumbing and Heating and their entire crew have one mission: to provide homeowners and businesses throughout Southeast Wyoming with reliable, affordable, and honest services. For plumbing and heating, commit this name to memory: Merritt Plumbing and Heating. Online at merrittplumbingandheating.com.
.27 left to go in the quarter. Back in will be Whitworth for Cheyenne Central, as the Indians continue the romp, 25-0. Sanchez on the far side to Gillespie. Gillespie wanting to get inside, fires it into the Central bench, and another turnover by the South High Fightin Bison.
I mean, this is unbelievable of what we're seeing. This is something I have never seen in high school basketball.
Boy, the Indians have come out with just
kind of
an unbelievable gusto this afternoon.
Yeah, I was going to say, it feels like a team that has a chip on their shoulder for whatever reason.
Top of the key, DeHoff wants to get inside, pull up Jay, in and out, gets his battle for his own rebound, gets it back, fires over to Tafoya. Tafoya fades from the baseline, can't get it to go. DeHoff comes back, puts it up and in, and the rout continues. 27-0 with a $1:45 to go here in the quarter.
13 points away from a running clock here in the first half.
Sanchez with the basketball, being guarded by Whitworth, trying to get past Jackson. Central man-on-man defense, another bad pass. Tafoya almost came away with that. Knocked off to the side with 1:30 to go here in the Taco John scoreboard. Wilmarth across the way.
Only 3 whistles so far in this ball game. All 3 of them are gone against the Fighting Bison.
Hartshorn, Sanchez now to Wilmarth. 1:25 to go here. They'll get it to Parsons. Parsons wanting to get inside. That's knocked away by, good job by defenseman by DeHoff in his hip pocket and did not bump into him.
The ball will be out of bounds. Go to the Indians once again.
Sawyer with the basketball as he pushes it down court for Cheyenne Central. Sends it on top to Whitworth. Squares for the 3. Misses badly. Ball loose on the floor. Picked up by Wilmarth. 60 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Wilmarth hands it over to Gillespie. Dimitri sends it on top to Orrin Hartshorn, who's in. Hartshorn at the free throw line. Try to lob it down low, and yet another turnover by the Fighting Bison. And again, not so much the turnover, it's the height advantage for Cheyenne Central, the speed of Cheyenne Central right now.
I'll give credit to the defense as well, too.
And
Indians
the defense,
really swarming.
Sawyer brings it into the near court, puts on the brakes over to Tafoya, far side. Tafoya on top, he'll go to Whitworth. Whitworth to Sawyer. Sawyer's pass is blocked and taken away by Hartshorn, and then the ever-lovely frustration foul in the backcourt by Sawyer.
First whistle going against the Indians right there.
One of the things you mentioned, too, only 4 whistles here in the quarter.
As again, this officiating crew allowing both teams to play.
Wilmarth on the far side. Gives it off to Gillespie. Gillespie on a bounce and went off, I do believe, the shoe of Tafoya.
Kickball staying with the Fighting Bison. 20.5 seconds to go here in the first.
Far side. Wilmarth, his pass is tipped away, taken away by Wildinger. Dribbles it over to Whitworth, and then a lot of ball movement. Finishing it off was Wildinger. Check, that was Tafoya.
How about a 29-point run right now?
So Tafoya makes it 29-0. Gillespie, he'll square for a long-range three. That is no good at the horn. After one, Central 29, South nothing. We're back after the 60-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
MHP is a certified public accounting and consulting firm located in Bow, Cheyenne, and Fort Collins, offering accounting, tax, and consulting services to businesses, not-for-profit, government, and individual clients. MHP takes pride in their commitment to providing close, personal attention to their clients. They also continue to invest time and resources in continuing education, state-of-the-art computer technology, and valuing their relationships with you. MHP is a proud supporter of local and UW athletics. MHP, 314 West 18th Street, or call 634-2151. Proud supporters of Cheyenne and community athletes Paige and Zach Lane with Number One Properties would like to wish all the high school and college athletes a successful year on the field and on the court. They have and will continue to support student athletes and are proud to be members of the Cheyenne community. Contact Paige and Zach if you want to sell or buy a home. A special thank you for referrals as well. From your friends at Number One Properties, Paige and Zach Lane. Call 307-214-0827.
After being punished by head coach Chad DeBryan, the starting five back on the floor to open up quarter number two. The second group he put in couldn't fare much better. They got shut out in quarter number one, Nick. It's 29-0 as we open up quarter two. Central basketball.
Plain and simple, again, unbelievable. And what we saw in that first quarter, again, never seen a team get completely shut out before, but give credit to Cheyenne Central. The offense really spike it up, and again, also to that defense. Very impressive for Cheyenne Central.
And Bronson Collier in the middle doing a good job in the absence of James Brown. Central with the ball here, opening up quarter number two. Down low, they go to Collier. Collier rushed the shot, had time, but couldn't get it to go from short range. Pountney comes down with the rebound. Pountney on top to Hart. Hart wanting to get inside, kicks it out to Hagberg. Hagberg will bypass the shot. Out to Pountney, now to Hernandez. Hernandez fires it back to Hart, and about the first 35 seconds of play, nobody has a point on the board. Strong down, nice lead pass to Pountney. That one rimmed out to the right side, tapped around, ends up in the hands of Dehoff. Again, that's Marcus Dehoff, and we'll send it out to Shumway. Shumway now to Whitworth. Back to Shumway in between the loops, high post. They get it into Dehoff, kick it out, long range three by Tafoya. That's no good. Strong comes down with the rebound. He'll push it down, loses the handle, and right in front of me as the ball goes out. Schaefer gets an assist there to save the ball from hitting me on the head.
Coach Schaefer at a leg cast.
Knee brace, yeah.
Knee brace, yeah. Trying to find the terminology.
Yeah, we do find that difficult at times, don't we? Mason Dehoff, a junior, he's 6'1". He'll come in for Cheyenne Central. Both Dehoffs on the floor right now. Shumway to Mason. Shumway and Mason playing catch. He'll kick it back out to Shumway in between the rings. On a bounce in the corner. Dehoff lock and load for three. That one is no good. Ball loose on the floor. Sawyer comes down with the rebound, quicks it out to Dehoff, Mason. Now they'll go over to Marcus on the far side. Now to Sawyer on top. Shumway takes it inside. Throws one up, can't get it to go. Collier comes down the rebound, misses the putback. Sawyer there, and Central continues a 31-0 run here in the first half.
That's the first points here in the quarter for either team, though.
Hernandez on the far side to Hart. Hart pump fakes at the wing, can't get a shot off. Drops it down low to Pountney, and then another turnover. 2-on-2 for Central. Shumway, no look, gives it off, and Dehoff misses the money. Easy money there, and Dehoff couldn't come away with it. Quickly, Hernandez pulls up from 15. That won't go. Shumway comes down with the rebound, runs into Hernandez, and Gabe will pick up, I do believe, his second personal.
Team's fourth called against Cheyenne South.
Actually, they call that on Pountney, his second.
His second. Ball will go out to Cheyenne Central. Clock stopped at 5:46 here to go before halftime. And 9 points away for Cheyenne Central to make it a running clock here early on in the first half.
31-0 our score. Parsons will come in on the next horn for Cheyenne South.
Kind of wonder if right now what we're seeing by Cheyenne Central, if this is some sort of record or some sort of historical moment again, the unbelievable run.
Gehoff almost lost the basketball. That was Marcus. Marcus caught up inside, kicks it to Sawyer in the corner. Sawyer double team, fires it back out to Shumway. Shumway looking for some help, sends it out to Marcus Gehoff. Marcus now over to Mason. Cross away, Shumway. Lobs one down low for Collier and lobbed it a little too far.
Trying to get a little too flashy right now with some of the attempts. Trying to go for the alley-oop, but again, out of bounds.
Well, this is one thing. This is not baseball, so I'm not going to count on the shutout. Again, for South, you're kind of pulling for them to, get one biscuit
going
in the basket here. Yeah. They have been shut out for a total of 11 minutes. Parsons dumps it back to Strong. Strong hands it over to Hernandez. Hernandez to Hart. Hart outside in between the loops to Hernandez near side. Again, staying outside the arc. Now to Pountney. Pountney wants to drive inside. He's going to put it up. Can't get it to go, but a whistle. A late whistle. And let's see who that's going to be on. It's going to be on Collier, his first.
Second team foul called against Cheyenne Central. Again, active shooting. So here's an opportunity for Cheyenne South in a 31-0 run.
So Pountney will be shooting a couple of times. He is a senior. First shot on the way is good.
And that will end the run.
It took South a total of 11 minutes and 21 seconds to score a point.
They still trail by 30 as of right now.
Second shot on the way, and that one is no good. And Sawyer covers up the rebound. Backcourt pressure, and then they back it off. Shumway over the timeline. Into the near court. South right now look like they...
And obviously, Cheyenne Central in no real rush here.
South has gone into looks like a box and one type of zone. Gehoff will square for the three. That's well off the mark. Saved by Marcus. Mason missing. Sawyer with the basketball gets it to Shumway. Shumway over to Marcus. Marcus, he'll pull it from 15. That one falls in for Marcus Gehoff. He's got 4. 33-1, our score. With 3:55 to go here in the first half. Parsons to Hernandez. He'll step back for a trifecta. That one is a brick. Rebound pulled down by Gehoff.
Again, in the JV boys contest of what we saw earlier. Again, It was a running clock situation advantage Cheyenne Central in that ball game.
Shumway lobs it down low. Another bad lob by Shumway. And Hart will come away with it. He'll pull it with a J. That won't go. Sawyer battles for the rebound. Ends up in the hands of Marcus Gehoff. And for Cheyenne Central with 3:19 left to go in the quarter, Indians trying to put up some more points. Shumway on the far side. On top, they'll go to Gehoff. Marcus to Mason. Try to force one down low to Collier. Another turnover. And it will be Hart with basketball. Hart hands it back. Hernandez will stop, pop, and can't get it to go. Rebound pulled in by Marcus. Quickly to Shumway. Shumway to Mason. Mason kicks it over to Sawyer for 3. Bang! And a Joe Sawyer trifecta.
We'll have a timeout called by Coach Schaefer.
36-1 in favor of Cheyenne Central. We'll be back after a 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Tired of choosing between spending and saving? Platte Valley Bank can help you take care of everything without missing anything. Managing your money can seem overwhelming. PV Budget helps you evaluate your spending, set savings goals, and create a budget that's easy to follow. Look for the PV Budget tool next time you log on to your online or mobile banking account. Take charge of your money and get your financial life on track. Platte Valley Bank, you belong here.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC.
Back at Story Gym, it's 36-1. If you are a South High faithful, yeah, it's tough. And again, the few shots that they've been able to put up haven't been close. Pountney had probably the best effort thus far when he went 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. it's been rough for the Fightin Bison.
Well,
Hartshorn is checked in.
If anything, again, I equate to, again, great defense here by Cheyenne Central, just denying any good looks.
And again, Central not with a lot of their, 3 of their 5 regulars on the floor. And they're playing without James Brown. Hartshorn loses the basketball along the baseline. Brown. Collier comes down the rebound, puts it back up and in, and draws the foul. How about that by Collier? Bronson Collier. He now has 9 points, looking for point number 10. Foul will be on Parsons.
And how about Collier stepping up in a big role here, again, filling in the shoes of James Brown with the injury.
Free throw attempt is no good. And battling for the rebound, last touch by Mason Tafoya. Central leads 38-1, 2:25 to go.
3 points is all that is needed for a running clock here.
Yeah. And that will continue on.
That will continue. Outside again of half.
So Hartshorn will bring it into Hart. Into the corner, go to Parsons. Squares for the 3. That is no good. Shumway comes down with the rebound. Shumway to Tafoya. Tafoya off the window. Can't get it to go. Nice job by Hernandez. Come down with the board. Hernandez pushes it down in a hurry. Trying to get inside. Dumps it down low. And a bucket. The first bucket by Hartshorn. So Orrin Hartshorn
coming with about 2 minutes remaining before half.
Now 3 points for the South High Fighting Bison. Tafoya.
35-point lead right now for Cheyenne Central.
Crosses it over to Shumway. Shumway wanting to get inside, then dumps it back to Tafoya on a bounce over to Collier. He'll square for the 3. That one misses the mark. Sawyer comes down with the board. That one off the back of the iron. That is no good. And the rebound cleared away by Parsons.
How about the Indians just crashing the boards on the offensive side?
In the corner, Hartshorn, near side. On a bounce down low, they go to Parsons. Parsons almost had his pocket pick. Turnaround jumper, that's no good off the front of the iron. Rebound pulled down by Shumway, 2-on-2. Shumway dumps it back to Collier. Collier kicks it over in the corner to Whitworth. Now to Shumway for 3. That one off the back of the iron. Long rebound out to Collier. Collier now to Shumway. Shumway back to Whitworth. We are approaching 60 seconds left here to go in the first half. 38-3 in favor of Central. Shumway drives inside, kicks it back out to Whitworth. Over to Tafoya, far side. Central again being patient offensively. On top they go to Shumway. Shumway now to Jackson Whitworth. Staying outside the perimeter. Down low they go to Collier. Loses the handle of the basketball. And it'll be into the hands of Hernandez. Hernandez going coast to coast and puts it off the window and good. So Gabe makes it a 38-5 score. Shumway comes down quickly. And again, out of control. Loses the basketball as Wilmarth couldn't catch up with it. On the side, last touch by South.
With 28.9 seconds to go before halftime, we had 38-5 advantage Cheyenne Central. The question becomes now, especially coming out of halftime again, when does Coach Schaefer got to look to his bench?
He has been. That's just it.
But again, you still have Shumway, you still have some of the regulars out there right now. Again, when he does, again, it's a question of when you go to the full kind of bench play.
Whitworth with a nice pass, and Marcus Dehoff couldn't come away with it. Then stepping in front of the pass down low was Tafoya as he takes it away, then knocked away by Hart. Central will have the basketball with 11.9 seconds to go here until halftime. It's a 38-5 score. Shumway takes a look at the clock and then looks over to Coach Schaefer. Back over to Sawyer. Sawyer finds Tafoya. Shumway steps back for the tray. Bang! He banks it home. Are you kidding me? So the tray by Sammy Shumway sends Central to the locker room leading 41-5. 41-5 here at the intermission. We will be back after a 2-minute timeout, a 2-minute timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
17 years, and we're still striving to offer you the best value in a new vehicle. I'm AJ Miller here at Kia of Cheyenne. Come by and see the new 2023 Kia Sportage. 3 models and 7 trims available with powerful engine options, premium interiors, and on-demand tech features. Kia gives you more with an industry-leading warranty and roadside assistance from over 17,000 providers. Come into Kia of Cheyenne, call 775-0123 or go to kiaofcheyenne.com and we'll make it easy.
With 6 crunchy beef tacos plus a pound of potato olays, our 6-pack in a pound is perfect for date night, movie night, 1,000-piece puzzle night, camping, tailgates, or any day that ends in Y.
Get $2 off the 6-pack in a pound, only from Taco John's.
Each of us comes with a different story, a different way of looking at the world. So whatever it is that makes you different will make all the difference. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
Suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows. Your home deserves the very best, that's what we give to you. When it comes to vinyl windows, no need to be confused. We manufacture in Wyoming, build them all right here. 'Cause we know the climate, suddenly it's all so clear with Gill Windows. Fat Boys Tire and Auto.
When you need tires or auto repairs, find the Fat Boys. The Fat Boys family has been serving Wyoming and Nebraska for over 50 years, and we offer your family.
Well, we welcome you back to Story Gym. How about Sammy Shumway banking home a trifecta, and the Indians lead 41-5.
Eerily similar to, again, East versus Central. Again, Sammy Shumway, I do believe, hitting that three-pointer there to tie up the ball game. I do believe came back, committed the foul, and then East comes away with the, again, free throw victory in that ball game. But either way, though, 41-5, here we are at half. 4 points away for Cheyenne Central to put this in a running clock. Right. Again, had opportunities there in the first half. I don't know what to say. Again, you kind of expected this. And give credit to Cheyenne Central. This is a team that came here, really stepped it up. It's kind of a team that, again, we kind of alluded to, it almost feels like a chip on their shoulder.
Well, again, they played last night.
Yeah.
And they won 48-46 over
Laramie. Yeah, it was a battle against Laramie Plainsman, without a doubt. So, again, it's a team that's definitely riding high right now. It's a team that Coach Schaefer wants to play at its best basketball as they prepare to see Cheyenne East on this court coming up next weekend, who can prepare for that East Regional. So, for Cheyenne Central, this is a team, even with all the injuries, including now the recent one with James Brown, it's a team that's still firing on all cylinders, and this is how you want your team to play if you are Coach Schaefer. Again, it's not how you play in December, it's how you're playing here in February, now March. This is a Central team to keep an eye out, again, postseason play.
Well, you know, you sit here and you're shocked at a 41-5 score. And
I didn't expect it to be this bad.
And deservedly so. But Randy Philbin, assistant coach here, who was playing for Cheyenne Central under the late Dwayne Cook, they were playing in tournament action up in Rock Springs, and they went to the locker room trailing 27-3 many years ago. So Randy Philbin's been on that other side of the coin before too.
But
so
again,
he knows
41-5 though, with a potential running clock.
Oh,
again,
they got slapped around. They made. I'm talking about the Fightin Bison. Made too many mistakes, missed too many.
It was a lot of one and done.
Yeah.
And I think the issue as well, too, for Cheyenne South as well, is, again, they are undersized. That has been a big issue. And, again, Cheyenne Central taking advantage of that on the inside and really cash it in. Again, if you're Cheyenne South coming out of the half, again, if you're Coach Chad DeBryan, what do? How do you motivate your team? How do you get them focused back up? Where right now it's a daunting task to get back in this ball game. Again, for Cheyenne South, again, I don't know how you write up a game plan, especially where you are undersized, and that's what Cheyenne Central's taking advantage of, is that inside play. And give credit to the Indians right now, again, with James Brown, where we kind of question of what does this Indians team dynamic look right now with James Brown at least sitting, with the injury right now. We'll give credit to, again, Collier. He is a superstar right now on the court right now for the Indians. He's got to keep an eye out. Could he have moved himself into kind of that starting role right now for Coach Schaefer as we get in?
I
don't know.
No.
He's looked impressive so far.
Your starting five heading down the stretch is going to be Whitworth, Shumway, Wilninger, Sawyer, and Brown.
But again, what is the situation of the Brown injury, though? Again, is it something that, again, could you, if you're Central, afford, again, Collier to be in that starting role for a few couple games and then bring Brown off the bench?
I think it's a precautionary move not to suit up Brown.
Without a doubt.
And again, sorry to say it, but you got the Fightin Bison, the team that you handled rather easily back at the field house. Obviously, they're showing us here today, here at Story Gymnasium, that this Indians team is a little quicker, one step better than the Fightin Bison.
Do I expect James Brown to start for Cheyenne Central coming up versus East versus Central? I don't know. I think he'll play. I think he'll have a couple minutes. I don't expect him to start, though, in that ball game where right now, again, with this victory as it's standing right now, again, with a large lead for Cheyenne Central, they've kind of solidified themselves and the important victory last night against Laramie that they are guaranteed to be that number 2 team out of the Southeast Quadrant. That's all it is. That's what you locked up. That's all you need to do. So I think for Cheyenne Central, as much as this, you want to beat your crosstown rival of Cheyenne East, you can kind of take it a little easy for the likes of, again, James Brown, where does he need to go the full length for you in that contest? No, it's not do or die. Save him for postseason.
Question will be when we get to East Central. And now, see, here's the tough part. East Central, okay? And, again, they play for some hardware, right? So you come up to that next game, but you already know where your position's at.
Yeah.
In the conference.
If you're East, again, you know you're the number 1 seed.
You know you're the number 1 seed. Central looks like they're going to be pretty secure, too.
Well, Central Boys, again, secured as number 2. Again, Central Lady Indians, again, talking with Coach Kirkbride, there's still things to kind of get settled out. So, again,
I think they're 2.
They're still battling, but, again, you did split, though. Again, for the Lady Indians, you split the series with the Laramie Lady Plainsmen, so that kind of plays in a factor.
And you outscored them by 4 points total.
Yeah.
You know, but here's the deal.
For the Lady Indians, I think for them to be the 2 seed, I think more they have to beat Cheyenne East.
You look at East Central, too. Again, it's the crosstown battle. But you made a good point, and the point I'm going to come back with, we might just see the starters out for about a half a play.
Yeah.
And then go to the bench.
Well, yeah, keep them rested. Again, get ready for East versus Central coming up next week. And without a doubt, I think that's got to be the move here for Coach Schaefer. Again, I would be surprised anyway. Again, could it be a scenario that we saw with Coach Wesleyan against Cheyenne South this past Wednesday where, again, give them about good 4 minutes in the quarter, then pull them out midway of the third? That could be also a possibility. We kind of see that in football as well, too.
Again, East Central, the second time that these two teams meet. Now, again, if Central beats East, there's a secondary thought on that, too. That would give East 1 loss. Central only has 1 loss in the conference.
So again, not sure how the tiebreaker goes on that one.
Yeah,
but again, from my understanding, again, talking with a few at least who kind of keep on the stats and the standings as well too, it sounds like on the boys' side for Chinese, again, according to few, that again they've locked up that number 1 seeding no matter what, at least in the Southeast Quadrant.
But head to head, they only beat East. They only beat Central by 2, right?
I think, again, the tiebreaker goes to Northeast play.
Northeast play, that could be.
So that's kind of the difference where East has survived that, where Central's had a couple hiccups.
Central's toast there if that happens.
Yeah, so I think that's where they have that benefit of the number 1 seed is just the head-to-head. And, again, going to outside of the Northeast Quadrant play. Kind of something what we talked about this past Tuesday with David Settle, again, how he broke it down for us. So I think that's how it kind of situates itself. But either way,
it's also East Central,
and
though.
It's important games, again, especially for all 4 of those teams, that you want momentum going into the playoffs.
Well, we got about $1.50 to go here before the end of halftime. Central's back on the floor.
South has not come out on the floor yet.
All right, so we're going to take a 60-second timeout and get ready for the third quarter. Indians lead 41-5 at the intermission. We're back after the 60-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Fat Boys Tire and Auto.
When you need tires or auto repairs, find the Fat Boys. The Fat Boys family has been serving Wyoming and Nebraska for over 50 years, and we offer your family the best selection and service in the region with expert advice and quality work done right the first time. Get price quotes and schedule service at fatboystires.com.
Before you go flash, you better go fast. Fat Boys Tire and Auto.
Hey guys. He's not wearing anything.
What? Hi, I'd like to order a hot chocolate, please. What? Are you...
Made it out of their locker room, and with about 25 seconds to spare, so nobody really is going to get a shot. Maybe a couple of basketball's thrown out there real quick. We see Gillespie getting a shot in, Strong getting one with about 10 seconds to go. Central will be defending the zone, will be attacking the zone to our left now.
With defending the right end basket, absolutely.
And what does it say is this was not a good zone for South in the first half. So for Central, they'll send out Tafoya, they'll send out Whitworth, Shumway,
so again, starters
Sawyer, and Collier. Tafoya, the lone non-starter. Willinger is not out on the floor.
Again, starters, at least majority for Indians. Again, it's kind of the question right now for Coach Schaefer, when will he go to the bench?
We got Hart, Gillespie, looks like Parsons, Pountney, and Hernandez to open up quarter number 3. It'll be South basketball attacking the zone to our right. Inside, they'll go to Hernandez. He backs it out, sends it out to Pountney. Pountney's pocket is picked by Shumway. Shumway now will wait for the rest of the troops to show up. Gives it off to Whitworth. Whitworth on the wing. The ball is kicked by Hernandez, and Central will load it up in front of the Central bench. Joe Sawyer, the junior, will fire it into Shumway. Shumway right here in front of us. Looks over to the bench, and then now we'll call out the play. High post, they get it to Collier. Collier back out to Shumway. Shumway bypasses on the 3. Cross the way to Whitworth. Down low, they go to Collier. Knocked away. Good job by Pountney to sneak in there and knock it away.
Ball will stay with the Indians, however. 7:27 to go here in the third.
Indians lead by 36. It's 41-5. Down low, they go to Sawyer. Sawyer with the left hand kicks it out to Collier. Collier dumps it back to Tafoya. Tafoya between the loops. Whitworth near side. Again, staying outside the arc are the Indians. Tafoya, far side.
Indians
to Collier.
Again, patient right now, just looking for their open opportunity.
Collier's pass was blocked, but right back into Collier's hands. He'll give it off to Tafoya. Tafoya dumps it down to Sawyer. Sawyer hold everything, is grabbed inside, not in the act of shooting. That'll be on Hernandez. That is Hernandez's foul. That'd be his second.
His second, team's first called against Cheyenne South.
Shumway will trigger it in, gets it into Collier. Collier puts it up and in, and the Indians now lead by 38.
2 points to go for a running clock in this ball game now.
43-5. Hart sends it out to Parsons. Parsons now to Hernandez. Hernandez with the basketball at the right hand, left hand. Terminates the dribble, fades with the jumper, can't get it to go. Shumway comes down with a rebound. And the Cheyenne Central Indians. Bad pass by Shumway, taken away by Hernandez on the turnover. And can't get it to go. Hart misses the comeback as Hernandez had it long and strong. Hart went up for it. And then he could not put it back. And then the frustration foul by Parsons in the backcourt.
As he'll pick up his second foul, team second called against Cheyenne South. Chance here for Central to again initiate that running clock.
Parsons with his second personal. Far side, Whitworth to Tafoya, now to Shumway. Crosses it over to Tafoya. Shumway does a lot of dangerous passes, but most of the time gets away for 3. Bang! And a Sammy Shumway trifecta, and now we have a running clock, 46-5.
A 41-point lead now for the Indians.
So
Timeouts, I do believe, are the only thing that stopped the clock.
Timeout and quarter change.
That's correct. Even on free throw attempts, again, the clock still continues to run.
46-5. Down low, blocked, no. Pountney comes inside. And it will be, so Brunson picks up his second personal.
Second, team's first called against Cheyenne Central.
Clock is running now as Pountney will go to the line. He'll shoot a pair. I'm sure from the Indian standpoint, too, after that rough game last night, the game ending a lot quicker, not a bad thing for Cheyenne Central. First shot is no good by Robert. He's 1 of 3 from the free throw line.
And again, what a battle it was at the Fieldhouse against the Laramie Plainsmen. And Central picking up the 2-point victory.
And sweeping that series with the Plainsmen, too. Second shot on the way, and that one is no good as well. Cleared away by Whitworth. Again, running clock, 46-5 in favor of the War Tribe. On top, Whitworth. Down low to Collier. That's knocked away by Gillespie. Tried to force it in, taken away. Hart down low to Pountney. He misses the initial pass, gets the ball back, misses the first shot, misses the second shot. He'll head back to the free throw line. And again, Robert Pountney doing it all himself, and Collier picks up his third foul.
His third team second call against the Indians. Again, clock still continues to run. 4:20 remaining here in the third.
So Pountney, who's 1 of 4 from the free throw line, hits the free throw. And we'll see wholesale substitutions for Cheyenne Central.
And here's something to make note as well, too. Again, if the lead does go under that 40-point threshold, again, we do not go away from the running clock. It continues no matter what.
Yeah, we'll see some changes coming in aplenty. We'll see DeHoff back in. That'll be Mason DeHoff. We'll also see for the first time, I think it is Matthew Klassen. He is a sophomore. Second shot is no good. Rebound pulled in by DeHoff. We'll see Carson Brown in for the first time. He's a junior. Brown with the basketball, far side. DeHoff into the hands of Klassen. Klassen trying to force one in. Ball loose on the floor. Trying to get into Ryan Bradley. It's taken away by Hernandez. He'll step back for the jumper. Can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by Pountney. Pountney misses the bunny underneath. A lot of activity under the bucket, and DeHoff comes away with it quickly to Brown. Brown over to DeHoff. That's Marcus. Now to Mason, reverse layup, good! So Marcus DeHoff finishes it off from Mason DeHoff and company. It's a 48-6 score. Hart over to Hernandez. Hernandez loses the basketball momentarily, gets it back to Gillespie. He'll square for the three. Can't get it to go. Rebound pulled in by Marcus DeHoff. Hands it back to Brown. Brown over to Klassen. Kicks it over in the corner to Mason. Now to Marcus. Back to Brown. They'll back it off with 2:35 to go here in the quarter. Ryan Bradley with the basketball. Get it inside to DeHoff. Off balance. Finds Bradley with the left hand. Good! So Bradley, the junior, with 2 points and a 50-6 score. The lead is 44. 2:20 to go, and we're going to get a whistle.
Get a timeout called by Coach DeBryan.
So that will actually stop the clock. 50-6 in favor of Cheyenne Central. Are back after a 30-second timeout. You're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
She shoots, she scores. It's nothing but net for your family dinner tonight at Two Doors Down. Two Doors Down is perfect for the active family with an expanded menu featuring Cheyenne's favorite gourmet burgers served with bottomless fries to your favorite platters, pastas, pizza, salads, a full kids menu, and much, much more. It's Two Doors Down. For a complete menu and specials, go to twodoorsdown.net. Two Doors Down, 118 East 17th Street. Flippin' great burgers since 2009.
Cowgirls in action out in San Diego, California, taking on the San Diego State Lady Aztecs. Cowgirls get the victory 70-58 as the Cowgirls again prepare to enter the Mountain West Conference Tournament out there in Las Vegas. So Cowgirls getting it done. Again, Cowboys in action last night at the AA, hosting Air Force, and lost that contest. So again, right now, Cowgirls doing very well. Cowboys struggling, but again, Cowboys dealing with loads of injuries this season.
Once the ball is tapped in, clock will continue to run again, and Hagberg is checked back in. Strong is back in. Wilmarth also in for Cheyenne South. Hartshorn too. Hartshorn on top. Caught up in traffic, sends it out to Wilmarth as we approach 2 minutes to go on the Taco John scoreboard, quarter number 3. Strong trying to bust inside, couldn't do so, has to terminate the dribble. Sends it back out to Wilmarth. Wilmarth now to Strong. Strong pump fakes and then sends it out to Hernandez. Hernandez gets inside, kicks it out to Wilmarth in the corner for an air ball, and saved by Klassen. Quickly, Central on the run. Bradley misses the bunny. As Bradley had the opportunity, are they going to call goaltending on that one? So they're going to call goaltending.
So put 2 points on the board for Cheyenne Central just like that.
So Bradley.
Clock continues to go tick on down. I do want to give an update out of Casper right now. Women's basketball action between LCCC and Casper College. Again, the nationally ranked Lady Thunderbirds. And the end of the third quarter, Casper College leading LCCC 60-55.
Strong misses from the baseline. Gets his own rebound, fires it out to Hernandez. He'll square for the three. That one misses. And everything's just going wrong today for South High. One of those days.
LCCC on the Lady Golden Eagle side, again, looking for the upset up there at the Swede.
Bradley. Do want to mention that Epu Kajanto has Kijanto has checked in. He's a 6'4" senior. Klassen on top. Bradley to Brown, far side to Klassen. Inside they go to Bradley, and Bradley off the window and good.
54-6.
He's got a half dozen here in the quarter.
54-6 advantage Cheyenne Central as it is game, set, match right now.
Hernandez with the fadeaway. That won't go. Cleared away by Marcus Dehoff. Outlets it quickly to Brown. Brown, Klassen on the far side. He loses the ball and loose on the floor, and then it will be the I lost the ball frustration foul on Klassen.
As that will be the final play here of this quarter, I do believe so.
Yeah, it still continues to tick, tick, tick. So Matthew Klassen.
Third whistle going against Cheyenne Central as that will be the end of the third.
Central again with another big quarter as they outscore the Fightin Bison. How about 13-1 in that quarter? We'll be back after a 30-second timeout. A 30-second timeout you're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
She shoots. She scores.
Wyoming owned and operated since 1971, Burns Insurance is Wyoming's right choice for your insurance needs. Burns Insurance is a trusted choice, full-service, independent insurance agency offering a full range of commercial, agricultural, and personal insurance products through many national and regional carriers. Let our friendly, experienced agents help you find the right product at the right price for your asset protection. Buy the policy, get the agent at Burns Insurance, your right choice. Find Burns Insurance on Facebook or at burnsia.com.
Well, we'll be back here, Friday evening?
6 and 7:30 live here at Story Gymnasium. Tentative start times for girls and boys action. East versus Central, the final regular season contest for both of those squads happening here at Story Gymnasium. Friday, again next Friday, live here at 1480 AM, 101.1 FM, 1480KRAE.com on the audio side. And video live streaming as we do on the 1480 KRAE YouTube channel. And we appreciate everyone subscribing on that side, giving us likes on the videos as well. We appreciate that.
Again, it's running clock time as we open up quarter number 4. Ball knocked away by Strong right into the Central bench.
As we'll play, again, an exact 8-minute quarter here. Again, pending any timeouts called by either side.
So it will be Brown. We get it down low to Bradley. Bradley with the left-hand hook, can't get it to fall. And is hauled in by Hart. Hart pushes it down quickly, far side. Strong steps up for the three. Bang! And a Jonathan Strong trifecta.
First points in quite some time for Cheyenne South.
54-9. Bradley gets down low to Kijanto. And is it a continuation?
They're going to say no.
The foul will be on Pountney, his third.
His third, team's third call against Cheyenne South.
Inbounds to Dehoff. Dehoff in between the loops. Fires it over to Klassen. Klassen outside on top to Kijanto. Dehoff, Bradley, Kijanto. Has Zepu. We'll give it over to Brown. Brown now to Bradley. Bradley. And again, they're just kind of just chewing up clock. Dehoff, Bradley. Again, staying outside the arc. Now back to Epu.
Just playing keep away at this point, just killing time.
And again, as the Rolling Stones sang, time is on their side. Down low, they go to Dehoff. He'll finish it off on the assist from Epu. And for Marcus, I think that for Mason, he'll get the hoop. High, bad pass and pushed down to the floor is Pountney. Let's see who will be ticketed for the foul. That'll be Klassen's second.
The team's fourth call against Cheyenne Central. Again, clock continues to go as we are approaching 5:50 to go in this ball game. As Central will pick up, again, the win in this game.
Carlos Ibanez will check in for South. He is a senior. After the foul, they'll get it into Ibanez. Ibanez trying to drive inside, then sends it out to Pountney. Pountney caught up in traffic with the bigs. Out to Gillespie. His jumper well short. Ball loose on the floor. Ibanez fouled from behind by Brown.
Fifth whistle going against Cheyenne Central. And Brown will pick up his first foul. Shooting situation for Cheyenne South.
Now the clock is going now.
No, I was going to say it should continue.
What kind of hurts South. I don't want to use any foul language, but, the fouls hurt them, because it slows down the play. Ibanez misses the first free throw attempt.
It kills a lot of time again, without a doubt.
Takes about a minute to get, both free throws in.
As this game is kind of set in stone, again, Cheyenne Central will pick up their 15th victory, move to 15-6 overall. For Cheyenne South with the loss, they'll drop to 4-16 on this season.
Second shot by Ibanez. That one will go. Tipped around, hold everything. We're going to get a whistle. That will stop play.
That will not stop the clock, however.
No. They're going to call it lane violation. Lane violation on Ibanez. So backcourt pressure by Parsons, but Carson Brown will get it over the timeline to Bradley. On top to go to Ipu. Far side, Brown. Now to Klassen for three. Knuckleball good.
50 points advantage for Cheyenne Central.
Matthew Klassen with the tray. And we're at the 4-minute mark here on the Taco John scoreboard, 59-9.
What an impressive and statement win here by Cheyenne Central this afternoon.
Parsons, far side, into the corner, hold everything. Stepping on the side over there in the corner was Strong. And it will be out to Cheyenne Central.
3:40 to go here in this ball game.
Tick, tick, tick goes the clock. Brown at the point. Brings it over the timeline, loses the handle momentarily, knocked away from him. Bad pass as Strong almost comes away with it as he knocks it out.
Again, next week is the end of the regular season here in Class 4A. Class 2A, again, Burns and Pine Bluffs. They will both be competing in the East Regional. I do believe that's up in Sundance and Moorcroft.
We trade D. Hoffs, Marcus for Mason. Going to get a whistle away, and I think we might get an offensive foul with elbows there by Klassen.
6 whistle going against Cheyenne Central.
Oh, actually, a legal screen by, I do believe it was Kijanto.
As he'll pick up his first foul.
With 2:45 to go.
As well have a timeout called by Coach DeBryan.
As he will call a timeout. Clock is still running.
Well, again, for a sub.
No.
Well, again, it was just for a sub.
Yeah,
so
the clock is still running, so with everything all kind of
clock is stopped. I don't know what you're talking about. It stopped at 2:38. So
well, it was running there for a while. It was at 2:45.
Either way, again, Coach DeBryan calling a timeout to get the sub in. Back to action now.
All right. Ball inbounded to Strong. 59-9 the score. Strong on top. Over to Ibanez. He'll hand it back to Strong for the three. Well off the mark. Ball tracked down by Gillespie. Gillespie to Ibanez. Ibanez on a bounce to Parsons. He'll put up the J. That's an air ball. Rebound pulled down by Hartshorn. He'll put it up and in and fouled from behind by Brown. Got out position, and Hartshorn will put it in the bucket.
Count the basket. It's good. 7th whistle going against Cheyenne Central. Bonus time now for Cheyenne South.
Brown with a couple of fouls. Clock right now at the 2-minute mark on the Taco John scoreboard. 59-11 our score. First shot, well, the old-fashioned three is good by Hartshorn. He's got 5 of the 12 South points. Klassen to D. Hoff. D. Hoff with a clear lane inside. Hold everything. I think we may get a moving screen on Cheyenne Central.
As we will. That'll be the 8th whistle now going against the Indians.
So the foul will be on Kijanto.
Minute 30, or at least minute 25 to go here in this ball game. As again, Central will get the sweep here this afternoon against Cheyenne South. Get the series sweep against them.
Strong on a bounce inside. Hartshorn can't get it to fall. Battle for the board. Ends up in the hands of Brown. Brown in the backcourt with bodies on the floor. As Brown put on the brakes, and unfortunately the brakes gave out. He'll travel with it. Nobody came back to help him. And a man without a country right there in the backcourt.
Under a minute to go here. Clock continues, again, even with the stoppage and ball out of bounds.
Strong into Gillespie. Gillespie on a bounce, knocked away by Gajano. Quickly to Brown. Brown go all the way with it, and it will fall in for Carson Brown and the harm on Hartshorn.
Count the basket, it's good for the Indians. 4th whistle going against Cheyenne South.
This might be the last play of the game, and it will be a free throw.
Similar to what we had with East versus Central.
61-12. Brown eyes it, fires it, and gets it to rim out. Ball ends up in the hands of Strong. And with 16 seconds to go, Strong will step back for an NBA three. That one is no good. Battle for the board ends up in the hands of Ibanez. Ibanez hits it off the lap of Brown, and the clock is going to run down. Final score, Cheyenne Central wins 61-12. 61-12, the final score. For South, they came up with 6 in the quarter, and for Cheyenne Central, they only scored 5. So, again, 61-12, our final score, back after a 2-minute timeout. 2-minute timeout you're listening to and watching High School Hoops on 1480 KRAE.
Wyoming owned and operated since 1971.
30 years of service and care for Cheyenne and the surrounding area continues at Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service. Hi, this is Larry Proietti for cars in downtown Cheyenne. This is the only place I take my vehicle for service, be it just an oil change, timing belt, checking on my heating and air conditioning unit, and even to replace a burnt-out brake light bulb or worn-out windshield wipers. John and his staff are there to take care of most minor repairs. John is even a TechNet professional. What does that mean to you? He's one of the best when it comes to servicing your car or truck. Check out TechNetProfessional.com today. Open Monday through Friday at 604 West Lincoln Way, or call Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service for an appointment at 632-0498. Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Del Range across from Powers Field is a proud sponsor of our high school and LCCC student athletes. Chick-fil-A always offers 2 convenient drive-through lanes to pick up your order if you are on the go. Plus, they have an excellent dining room for the whole family. And remember to order ahead. Use the Chick-fil-A app on your phone. Stop into Chick-fil-A today, open Monday through Saturday, where you can enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Your home for the real chicken sandwich taste. Chick-fil-A, Windmill and Del Range.
Wisdom, expertise, compassion, qualities that are the foundation of Cheyenne Urological, with their experienced doctors and their highly trained staff providing top-quality treatment for prostate cancer, urinary tract infections, kidney stones, impotence, and incontinence. You can trust Cheyenne Urological to give you the highest quality urinary care. Now offering the latest in robotic surgery, call Cheyenne Urological at 635-4131. That's 635-4131.
The post-game stats, and there are not a lot for Cheyenne South, and unfortunately. 0 in the first quarter, 5 in quarter number 1, 1 point in quarter number 3, and 6 points in quarter number 4. And the bad thing for Cheyenne South, I think, about a couple minutes into the third quarter, we were in a running clock.
Yeah, again, it had an opportunity to get a running clock early on in this ball game. It was that out of hand. Again, it was, 31-0 run going into the second quarter. Advantage Cheyenne Central. Again, did not score.
41-5 at half.
But I'm just saying again, it was a 31-0 run in that first half. Advantage right out of the box for Cheyenne Central. It was all Indians in this ball game. I personally did not expect this Central to get the victory, a fairly comfortable victory. But the way that Central came out and won, again, this is very surprising. I expect a lot more out of Cheyenne South.
Lady Indians won the opener 78-57. Nightcap 61-12 in favor of Cheyenne Central. Real quick, looking at the scoring log for South, nothing in the first quarter, 5 in quarter number 2, 1 in quarter 3, 6 in quarter 4. And the lead scorer was Orrin Hartshorn off the bench. He had 5. 3 for Jonathan Strong, 2 points each for Gabe Hernandez and for Robert Pountney. That's it. For Cheyenne Central, a pretty good scoring log here, even with the clock running. In the third quarter, all the way into the fourth quarter, 29 in quarter number 1, 12 in quarter number 2, 13 in quarter number 3, 7 points in quarter number 4 with the running clock. However, 3 Indians in double figures, led by Joe Sawyers, 11 points. Also 11 points for Bronson Collier, and 10 points for Sammy Shumway as he had a big trifecta. which threw it into the running clock situation.
Guy who stands out to me again that really had a fantastic game early on, Collier. Again, filling in the shoes of, again, James Brown, who's down right now with injury. Again, resting him. Again, expect him to be rested a little bit in that East Central game coming up next Friday night. But either way, Collier really stepping up in a big way, getting it done. Again, I kind of spotlight him. He's an option now for Coach Schaefer as we move into the postseason.
10 Indians scored today, and again, 3 of them in double figures. Again, Zach Wildinger, one of the starters, did not score, but he didn't play a lot of minutes.
No.
And he got a lot of rest, especially after that wild one last night where they won 46-44 over Laramie. Looking at some other scoring, Jackson Whitworth had a half dozen. Marcus Dehoff off the bench had a half dozen. Ryan Bradley off the bench had a half dozen. 4 points for Mason Tafoya. Mason Dehoff had a couple. 2 points for Carson Brown. 3 points for Matthew Klassen, and that wraps up your scoring for the Cheyenne Central Indians as they win in a romp. It was absolutely unbelievable how bad the South got beat up tonight.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. It was unbelievable. But give credit to Cheyenne Central, the Indians' offense and defense. It's a team with a chip on their shoulder. They're looking to do some damage. They are starting to kind of make a statement of, hey, respect us and not just Cheyenne East here in the Southeast Quadrant on the boys' side. So, again, we will see how they fare. Again, they lost by a point. They lost by a free throw. Their last matchup with Cheyenne East here at Story Gymnasium. They are competitive. They might come away with the victory again over Cheyenne East. Again, it's a battle right now between 1 and 5 as of right now, according to the polls.
Well, a message was sent to the Thunderbirds.
Big message, yeah.
We're bigger, we're stronger, and we can match up with you. So we'll see in the second matchup. But then again, too, how much will be kind of taken away by where they're already positioned in the standings as well. A lot to be determined coming up here on Friday evening. Same with the girls. Lady Thunderbirds know exactly where they're at, and the Lady Indians, I think, with their wins, I think they know where they're going to be at as well, too. Let's thank our fine sponsors. Nick, you got them right there.
Yeah, let's thank Meridian Trust Federal Credit Union, MHP LLP, Lennox Auto Body and the Auto Glass and Detail Center, Cheyenne Regional Medical Center, Halliday Motors, Platte Valley Bank, Merritt Plumbing and Heating, Cheyenne Urological, Cheyenne Pack and Ship, Gill Window Company, Key of Cheyenne, Wyoming Department of Transportation, First Tier Bank, Bridge Insurance Company, Fat Boys Tire and Auto, Cheyenne Auto Repair and Service. Also, would like to thank the United States Air Force Recruiting, Chick-fil-A across from Powersfield and Windmill and Dell Range, 2 doors down, Medicap Pharmacy, Pages Act Lane and #1 Properties, and Taco John's, our scoreboard sponsor.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our engineer back at the house, Lanny Dasis, for pushing all the right buttons, and to my broadcast partner, Nick Proietti. Thank you.
Reminding Monday, again, President's Day, no KRAE reports. Again, for the federal holiday, we'll be back with the Pro Show Tuesday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. here on 1480 KRAE. And again, our next broadcast into the regular season, Friday, 6 and 7:30 here at Story Gym East Central ×2. Girls up first, boys up second in the regular season.
Final scores again. Lady Indians win the opener 78-57. Indians in the nightcap over the South High Fighting Bison 61-12. So for Lanny and Nick, I'm Larry Proietti.